What up, Fightful fam, and welcome to your UFC 262 watch-along live stream. Shaquille Madjouri, joined here by Jason Hagholm, my fellow Canadian, for Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler, Tony Ferguson, Beneil Dariush, all the way down to Shane Burgos versus Edson Barboza. Jason, how's it going, man?
It's going well, Shaq. Once again on here for a Michael Chandler UFC fight. So hopefully I can bring Chandler the same luck as I did back in January when he got the Hangman Dan Hooker out of there early in the first round. But, all in all is good.
Yes, I look supremely pale, more pale than you. My white balance is off. I don't care to fix it right now, so I will repin some of this white privilege for as long as I am here.
Some Dana White privilege.
Some Dana White privilege. It's such a great line. It is
really
such a great line. Tony Ferguson and all that what do they call it? Like crazy, like all the geniuses, the Kanye West of the world. It's like all the geniuses are absolutely insane. And here, plucked from all the insanity that is Tony Ferguson Fight Week, is this little gem that I think we're forever going to hold on to.
Oh, for sure. Tony showed the most personality I think we've ever seen him at the press conference on Thursday. So I was glad to see it. And if he gets a win, I think it reestablishes himself. He's no longer done in the eyes of many fighters as an elite contender. But if he loses, then I think that story will be told that he's no longer elite contender, but a solid personality and name to have still in your lightweight division.
Oh, 100%. And I think very fitting a co-main spot here. And still enough shine on the Tony Ferguson brand that a win for Beneil Dariush will do a lot to accelerate him in this division. Let's run down real quick as we wait for the opening card to start. Actually, first, quick reminder, guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe, tap the notification bell here and on Fightful MMA. That would be so great. Leave a super chat donation. That's how you get your questions, comments, critiques, whatever you want to say. We're here to hear it. We're here to spread the word, the good gospel. But you got to fork up some of that sweet, sweet cheddar. Quick picks, give them to me, main card all the way down.
All right, my picks quickly. I took Burgos. I'll take Chookagian. I'll take Schnell. I'll take Dariush, and I'll take Chandler.
All right, I will go. This is so hard. I'll go Chandler just because I like the guy. That's not a good reason to, but that's all. Like Chandler. I'll go Dariush, who I also really like. I've been watching what Chookagian's been taking, but I'll take Viviane Araujo, Shane Burgos, and Matt Schnell. So there we go. Yeah, if you guys don't know, I think I said I wasn't sure I was going to talk about it or not, but I guess Katlyn maybe got hacked or something on Twitter, because if you go to her likes, I'd love to know who figured this out. It is just nothing. It is just nothing but black woman porn. Top to bottom on her likes. And the memes have been wonderful. What is it Lauren Murphy said about it, Jason?
Lauren Murphy tweeted, I guess the best way to cut weight is watch porn. So, I mean, Lauren Murphy showing Lauren Murphy should get the next 125-pound title shot just for the tweet alone. Just
the tweet. And, she's right up there. I saw First Round Management had a little meet and greet event going on in Texas with her and Derek Lewis. Smart idea. If you're trying to get that Lauren Murphy title shot campaign, pair her with the Black Beast in Houston, Texas. Great idea there. So
just don't pair Katlyn with the Black Beast.
We can't do this. We can't do it.
Damn you, MMA Twitter, and your discoveries.
We can't. That's where that's gonna stop. That was a great line, though, Jason. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So that's where we are. I'm both horrified and supremely intrigued. But here we go. Did you hear during the Mike Grundy versus Lando Veneta fight, which let me start by saying that was the most Texas decision you could have possibly gotten. 30-27s each way in a fight that shouldn't have had a 30-27. I don't think either way, but especially not for Mike Grundy. A fight broke out of the crowd, though.
Hey, you know what? Welcome back, fans. We missed you in your crowd violence. And for any event in the United States that's had a state that's opened up with sports,
it's been a fight.
The fans have they just haven't missed out on slugging each other out. So
Can I say, I just think it's such a stupid idea. And I'm not saying, I'm not condemning them for the fight, but especially when you go to UFC card, you've paid a pretty good premium to be there. Like, even the cheap seats aren't all that cheap. Are you really going to get your ass thrown out of there that early? And it's the prelims. You didn't even make it to the main card.
Especially during, like, this pandemic world where they're upping the price the price for tickets, and you're going to get kicked out in the prelims. And thanks for your money, but you won't be able to see it. Go buy our pay-per-view and your ESPN Plus subscription.
All right, I got a big thank you to Chris Delinquent for a big super chat donation. I'm going to be watching the main card on my phone, so I can't stay, but I just wanted to show support because I love Fightful. My picks, the last two are she says Oliver, but I take it means Charles Oliveira, as well as Beneil Dariush. Chris, enjoy the fights. We're sad to see you leave. Sean Rossap, man, what a wonderful following he's crafted here at the Fightful community. Love to see it. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense, dude. We should find whoever got beat up in that fight and give him Chris's $25 just to make up the difference a little bit. But people, this is actually here. I'll go tell you a good story. As we wait for the opening main card fight to start, I went to UFC in Vancouver. I don't remember what year it was, but it was the card headlined by Tyron Woodley versus Roy Tyron Woodley versus Roy McDonald was the co-main event, headlined by a flyweight title fight between Demetrius Johnson and, don't even know how to pronounce his name, Ali Bogdanov.
Bogatinov, yeah.
Bogatinov. And oh my gosh. So I was supposed to go with someone, a coworker of mine at the time. They kept just jerking me back and forth about, I'm coming, I'm not coming, I'm coming, I'm not coming. I know this entire story is very dirty right now. Not intentional, but I guess I got Chookagian on the mind.
It's a Chookagian story.
Yeah, it's a Chookagian story. Eventually, I'm just like, okay, you know what, bro? Like, I bought you a ticket. I need the money. So I end up fishing around and I find someone else to go with me. And it's this coworker who was just a total a-hole all the time, never liked him, never got along with him. I'm like, hey man, you want to go to the UFC fights? And he said, sure. So we he invites me over to his place. He's with some friends. We drink some beers. It's going well enough. He tries to bring the beers into the taxi. He brings the beers into the taxi, but then he tries to open them in the taxi and is befuddled when the cab driver is like, no, dude, you can't drink in the cab. That should have been my first warning. He did buy me the beers, though. I was underage at the time, so thank you for that. We're fighting. We're watching the fights, right? And progressively, he's just getting drunker and drunker and drunker. And at one point, he looks at me and goes, Shaq, when Roy McDonald wins this fight, I'm going to punch you in the face. I'm just like, what? So I spent the rest of the fight, and he's just belligerent at this point. I just spent the rest of the fight with like, I'm just watching the fights. We're like, really? I got like one hand cocked here, pocking the chin. And then I keep an eye on him. I was like, I don't know this guy. I know what he's about to do. I look over to, probably like last 2 minutes of the round. Bro's fast asleep. He falls asleep in the seats for the conclusion of the co-main event and all through the main event. I'm like, what is going on? He was a weirdo, man.
A 10-8 round for alcohol. So, alcohol's known to have many.
Alcohol slept that motherfucker.
Yeah. Those happen sometimes. But I don't understand the violence in the crowded event you've paid money to. I remember going to my first Buffalo Bills game. It was the Bills in Toronto series. Wild brawl broke out in our section. No idea why. This was like 2010, 2011, but yeah. If you're spending your money for an event, especially whether a major sports league or concert, don't need to throw in hands.
No, wholeheartedly agreed. And someone in the chat is mentioning that I got rid of the toilet seat. No, the toilet seat is well and alive. It's just hidden in the back for utility purposes. Here we go. Right, Shane Burgos, Edson Barboza. Am I wrong for thinking this is kind of going to look like the Dan Ige fight? Like, I expect Burgos to sort of outpoint Barboza until he gets kicked in the stomach. And then it's like a matter of survival.
Yeah, I think like this fight's the people's main event, really, for the fans. I mean, it was kind of weird seeing Barboza at the weigh-ins. Like, he looked like he'd been shrunken down in the dryer. It's like literally, it's weird seeing him at 145. Bit of a cut, I still think, but that's why I'm leaning on Burgos. I think Burgos is, he's had that amazing fight with Emmett. I think he'll come on through and find a way to pick up another name on his record.
Yes, well, someone's asked me why I'm not name dropping him. I got to get those super chat donations one way or another, buddy. But I expect from this kind gentleman a super chat donation if he wins big on the bets tonight. I myself am 2-1, so we'll see if I can turn a profit tonight. Shout out to Adam Martin for giving me his picks. I pay for them, but for giving me his picks. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Guys, let us know in the chat who you think you got for Burgos versus Barboza. I think you and I are both leading Burgos, correct?
Yes, I'm going with Shane Burgos.
You said it's the people's main event, dude. Tony Ferguson versus... What's wild is all the best fights, I can't tell you which one's going to be the best. The main event, the co-main, and this opener all have the potential to be absolutely explosive. In that sense, super good matchmaking. But Tony Ferguson, Beneil Dariush, we're talking about two guys who are submission threats and who are just wild on the feet. Both have, Ferguson rolls with punches way better than Dariush does, but they both get hit a ton. I'm going to be watching this fight through my fingers. I have no idea how it's going to play out, but I just can't see it being boring.
Oh, I don't think this will be boring, but I think on your point on Ferguson and Dariush, I think because Diaz Edwards is now off this card, like Tony's star power can kind of come out and ability to market him. It's like he wouldn't have maybe been like that had he had Nate Diaz on the card, because it would have been exciting to see Nate back. We haven't seen Nate since 2019. So I don't know, but he's taking the most of his opportunity and selling himself and making this fight 10 times more appealing than I had.
Oh, 100%.
I thought it'd be a great fight, but now there seems to be a little bit of animosity. I don't know if Ferguson's, working us, but he may be. I think he's working us, personally.
I texted Dariush after the press conference because I was like, man, there's a scene from the press conference that was circulating where Tony Ferguson threatened to slam Beneil Dariush the way Tony Ferguson did his own student, highlighting the fact that he broke his student's rib. And Beneil Dariush just turns to Ferguson and goes, "That's a dick move, man. Why would you break your own student's ribs?" And I texted Beneil, I'm like, that was the nicest thing anyone could have possibly said in response to that.
Yeah, Beneil's such a nice guy.
He's such a nice guy. It's wonderful. It's the kind of personality you need. And, while he will never be a Connor, Izzy, John Jones level star because of his approach behind the microphone, there's room for a guy like that to build a strong following, because for however little he says outside of the cage, boy, does he show up to scrap on fight night. If he can keep putting on performances like this, then who cares if he's soft-spoken, right? I think we're going to start seeing the Rose Namajunas effect a little bit. Not quite to the same degree, because I think Rose just has this very soft-spoken nature to her, just in her whole demeanor. She's like such a sweetheart, right? Beneil Dariush is a super nice guy, but I don't think he is going to click quite on that same level. That being said, there's a market for a guy like Beneil Dariush. If he can learn how to sort of just further sort of amplify the person he is and find a way to make that a little more presentable, I think there's a market for a guy like Beneil.
I think for sure, especially how humble and honest he is. He's even said, if I win this fight against Tony Ferguson, he knows he's not next in line for the title shot or even the guy after that. He just knows he's in the mix. And I think there's a lot of things you can respect about him being humble and honest about his status within the lightweight division. Yeah,
it's awesome stuff. In the chat, they're wondering, is the guy... Do you know the name of the judge who scored a 30-27 for Mike Grundy? I was shocked when Chris Lee's name came up, and he was on the right side of the decision.
Yeah, Chris Lee got it correct, actually, with the 29-28. It was Patrick Patlin, who hasn't scored for a UFC event since UFC 247 in Houston back in February of 2020. Before that, it was a fight night in Texas back in 2017. So Mr. Patlin is someone that has been removed, actually, will not be scoring any more fights on this card.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah, Brett Okamoto said he will not be scoring any more fights on the main card.
I am thrilled to hear that. And that's so funny. You got to give it up to the commissioners. Wow, that was obscene. I'd love to see. Actually, I'm going to shoot over to MMA Decisions right now. I'd love to see what percentage of fans or media gave it 30-27 for Grundy.
Zero. That's zero.
Media for sure zero. Fans. What percentage of fans do you think gave it 30-27 Grundy?
At the lowest, I can give 5%.
I was going to say it can't be more than 10, probably around 5.
There's no way.
Okay, 12.5% of people scored it for Grundy. I don't know if you can see the percentage, though. Let me see. No, they don't. Oh, wait, no, here it is. Bro, not a single person gave that to him 30-27. Of the about 50 fan scores that were submitted to MMA decisions, not a single one was 30-27 Mike Grundy. None of the media scores were 30-27 Grundy. It was the right call pulling Pat out of there.
Pat. Yeah, get Pat Patlin. Well, I mean, if only we could have had the ghost of Pat Patterson. He would have done a better job scoring this card. Someone on MMA Decisions, some fans scored a 30-29 for Venata. I don't know how you got that scorecard. Didn't we have a 28-27 in Bellator or PFL last week or so? I can't keep track anymore. It was like, what is this card? The amount of pro wrestling and MMA that you're able to absorb is just breathtaking to me. It's a skill, really. It's put some stuff that's useful and really just shove it at the back for pro wrestling and MMA. All right, we are to whip out the toilet seat. Yep, pop it up because our opener, Shane Burgos and Edson Barboza, are set to throw down. And they are. Sorry for the awkward camera angle, folks, but my feet hurt. So, what are you gonna do? Yeah, here we go. Shane Burgos, Edson Barboza. You and I, because we're watching through different providers, are gonna have to sync this up. You know what shocks me? I don't use Hulu. What shocks me is I'll be watching these with Lucas Grandsire. Follow him at Grandsire MMA on Twitter, and I'll sync up to him because he's behind. He's watching on Hulu, and we got fans using illegal streams that are ahead of Lucas. Don't ever purchase the UFC through Hulu. And this was not once. This has happened on more than one occasion. It is shocking. All right. Where are you at on your footage here? My footage, we are about to have Mike Beltran say, "Are you ready? Are you ready?" Okay, we are at literally 4:57. Okay, do me a favor, pause at 4:50 if you can. I'm only about 15 seconds behind you here, so 4:50 is paused. Shout out to Brittany Palmer. Shout out to her. Saw her once in person at an auto show in Toronto. Very nice. Did you go for her? No, I went 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. Actually, I was filming a project in school, and she happened to be there. So, Burgos. Burgos, such a tight combination to the body and then to the head, but Burgos is already chewing up that leg, eating it up, like some of the fine women on Katlyn Chookagian's legs. Oh my God, the Chookagian stream. That's she's next, everyone. Yes. Oh, good combo there from Burgos. Very nice. The boxing on Burgos is so sharp, but he's heavy on that lead foot, and Barboza's just kicking him hard to the back of the leg, around the thigh area. And, obviously with the weigh-ins, like Barboza, rehydrated, looks so much more healthy than he did yesterday morning. Yeah. Do you think if he's going to make a real run at this point that this is the right division for him? I guess right now, because there's just so much traffic at 155, and he can clear some headway, especially if you go out there and beat Shane Burgos, especially if you finish Shane Burgos. Yeah, I agree. And I just think there's while Habib being gone is great for a guy like Edson, I still feel like there's enough wrestling threats in the upper echelon of lightweight that it's probably not worth it. Yeah, like Justin Gaethje could take him down at will if he wanted to, right? Chandler? Yep. I'd be interested in seeing a Beneil Dariush Edson Barboza rematch, to be quite honest. Would be fun. I think I'd still lean towards Edson. Yeah, I'd lean Dariush right now, but I mean,
nice spinning body kick for Barboza, but Shane kind of.
Yeah, he didn't get all of it.
No, he kind of walked into it, kind of scraped off the side, but you heard the thud. Oh, man, Edson is kicking that leg hard.
If only the Texans had a kicker as good as Edson Barboza.
I wonder if you'll be able to see the redness underneath all those black tattoos that Burgos has on his leg. He's got a whole leg sleeve going there. Nice body kick by Barboza.
Great work by Barboza. Just light on his feet, picking his spots, not rushing anything, making the Burgos come to him.
Have the Venom fight kits grown on you at all? I've seen a lot of wishy-washiness. You'll have people say they hate it one day and like it the other. I myself am rather conflicted.
I like them. I really, at least they gave colors to fighters right away instead of the black and white just for everyone. That was the worst.
Great combination of punches to the body by Burgos. Yeah, they're kind of ugly, but like in the right way for MMA.
They look fine, honestly. That you could, like, if you weren't really following it, you wouldn't even know when new fight kits were around.
Yeah. Oh, Edson is stunned. Great 3-punch combination by Burgos. Excuse me. This is almost exclusively one guy punching and one guy kicking.
Yes. Oh, good
nice
body shot
by Barboza after the nice body shot from Burgos.
Also, Barboza is cut right around the left eye.
Yeah.
Or his right eye, excuse me.
Oh, man, Burgos just ate an uppercut and fired back the right hook that Barboza felt for sure. Oh, he went for it. Kick for Barboza.
He went for it again.
I don't think it stumbled Burgos, but like the impact just kind of had him off balance. Wow. And the crowd loved it, and Burgos loved the crowd reaction. Oh, punch stumbles him.
Burgos a little wobbled.
Maybe that kick hurt more than I'm giving Barboza credit for.
Well, it's kind of like how when...
and he hurts him again!
Burgos in trouble. Burgos...
And these are all punches now. Dude, Burgos is compromised, and I think he should ease up a little bit.
Yeah, he was a little too aggressive in just being counter-struck.
Oh, those leg kicks are starting to take effect, too. Barboza's doing such a good job of mixing it up, right?
Yeah.
Like, he kind of sticks with one weapon until it starts working, and once he really has you thinking about the kicks, he switches the punches. When he really has you thinking about the punches, he switches the legs.
He's got good footwork, too. He's just drawing Burgos in. Respect it. That's just a fight veteran right there.
Yeah. Oh, nice leaping left hook by Burgos.
Oh, good push kick
body
from Burgos.
A little push kick to the body by Burgos. So round one Barboza, right?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Barboza. Oh, good coaching there from Shane Burgos' corner. Honest that he lost the round.
Is that the renowned Tiger Schulman of Tiger Schulman Kickboxing?
I believe so.
Muay Thai or whatever it is. I have asked every Tiger Schulman guy I've ever interviewed, what is Tiger Schulman? Muay Thai or kickbox striking, whatever it is, and they just say it's different. It's Tiger Schulman style. I'm like, that is not at all answering my question. Like, they don't even know how to describe it. Bro, I had some friends who are supposed to be watching the fights tonight. I think they're held up at a little outdoor birthday party, and sucks to be them. They're missing some really good stuff here.
Yeah, Ultimate Fighter, baby.
Oh, God. Here we go. Round number 2. Shane Burgos, Edson Barboza. Ooh, Barboza tried to go with a step and elbow there, but missed. Barboza's right eye, you're right. It looks... Is it me or is it swollen on the top?
It looks like he got more of a cut than swollen. But it hasn't really phased him because, as we said, we both gave Barboza the first round.
Yeah. Oh, nice spinning kick to the body. Wow.
That's just what gives you trouble, right? You think you're coming in, and then he's just gonna hit these spinning kicks on
And
you.
there's like no tell on it either. He has so much momentum and speed going into everything from the starting to the finishing of that technique that it's just so hard to prepare for.
Oh,
ooh,
good
nice
combo.
shot to the body, then the head by Burgos.
Good combo, Burgos. Oh.
So someone's shin's bleeding apparently.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the shin
Edson.
of it's Edson from all his kicking.
As long as we don't see another break here.
I think we've had our break.
Yeah, we've had one tonight. It's about all we can. Oh, there you go.
There you go. It goes back to it though.
Nice shots, man. Great. Oh,
good
nice left hook lands hard for Barboza.
He really loves violence. Yes, Shane Burgos. He does. He does. He loves it.
He's a sick man. He's a nice guy, but you can tell he's a little crazy.
I think anyone that does this sport has to be
for a living is a little crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't know what it is about like Shane Burgos and Jimmy Rivera styles, like these Tiger Schulman guys. The fights are always so close.
It's just the pressure they put on you. It's like hard to score because
they stay in the pocket with you.
Yeah, you stay in the pocket, and if you can contain it, it sometimes you'll win the round. But if you fade because you take some of these body shots that Burgos is land, then the fight tilts.
My thoughts exactly. I feel like Barboza's slowing down a little bit. Like the way he just sort of ate that body shot and stood still. I think they're starting to add up that investment from Burgos.
Well,
and a little leg kick of his own.
Yeah, and if you go to the body, the head will fall, and that's we need more MMA fighters with that logic too. Go to the body, the head will fall, because it's too much head hunting I find in this sport. Oh, good kick from Barboza.
Great body kick from Barboza.
Oh,
the body punching from Burgos is wicked. Oh, huge spinning body kick again for Edson.
I think Barboza's 3 for 3 on those spinning body kicks.
I think so. God, this is such a good fight.
Well, that's what you want. You want something like this to set the tone. Oh.
Text my friend here. I don't think he's watching the fights right now, but he is missing something good.
Yeah, leave that birthday party.
Yeah.
I'll have another birthday. I don't know if it's me, but is Barboza bleeding from the mouth?
Let me see. Oh, man, right in the pocket. Oh, Barboza with a wicked combination. More of this, please. Oh, Barboza going for the... You know what was so nice about that? Not only did he go for a flying knee, but he managed to grab the clinch mid-air for it, too, but it didn't quite land.
Oh. Barboza's so good. I love Barboza. Barboza's got a contract for life if he just keeps putting on fights like this. Oh, good combo from Burgos. Oh.
Oh, yeah. This is such a... I don't even know what to say this. Oh, man, another spinning back kick for Edson Barboza. It is remarkable how accurate he is with those things.
Whoa.
Oh, man, his shin is badly split open. And he's kind of limping on it, too, now. Who did you score that round for? That was a tight one.
That's a Burgos round for me.
Yeah, that
just
was
a little bit more work in the body.
Yeah, no, there was none of the stumbling that we saw in the first that would make it definitive. So I wouldn't be shocked if the judges are, split on that one. But yeah, I don't know. I was too invested in the fight to pay attention to the score. Here we go. Guys, let us know if you're watching. How do you have this scored? Do you have it 1 apiece? Do you have it 2 for Barboza? I'd love to hear from you.
You have a 30-27 Grundy?
You have a 37.
Yeah.
Man, the crowd is appropriately riled up for this one. Burgos Barboza, round 3.
Good leg kick from Burgos right off the
Awesome
round.
leg kick.
Answered right back by Barboza.
Ooh, man, Barboza swung for the fences there. So the live odds actually have it minus 300 for Barboza right now. Which I guess makes sense if you had one definitive round and one that could go either way.
Well, the thing is, it's Texas, right? So you don't know how they score each round.
You're right. Burgos might have took the first one 10-7.
Oh.
Kevin Ioli, Big Kev, has it 1919 as our fellow Canadian Aaron Bronstetter of
The
CSM.
great Aaron Bronstetter.
The great. Dude, Aaron Bronstetter is a G.
Very nice man.
Yeah. Two of the nicest guys in this industry that I've had the pleasure of talking to. Brian Campbell and Aaron Bronstetter. Man, very nice stuff. Oh, whoa, Burgos is so... Whoa, what happened?
What happened?
What happened?
It's over.
Whoa! So Barboza landed like a 2-punch combo on Shane Burgos, who looked unfazed, and then like 2 seconds later, he
lost his equilibrium.
Yeah, he loses equilibrium, but then he basically face planted. Like, I don't think those other 2 shots were even necessary. Insane. I've never seen such a long delay to a punch. Let's look at it one more time. And his leg was like twitching. No, like he was out.
Yeah, I think it's...
There's a big right across the chin. And now he's moving. He's shuffling with it. And then suddenly he starts going back. He went out, dude. He went out. Look at his...
Oh, okay. He didn't need those extra 2 shots.
No, he didn't need those extra 2 shots. Shane doesn't even seem to know what happened. That was the wildest thing I've ever seen.
It was weird, but that fight was awesome.
That was an awesome fight, and we are both 0-1 on our predictions there. Someone's asking, has the fight started or ended yet? Shane Burgos just got knocked out by Edson Barboza. 3rd round, and one of the most... I'd probably give that 75K. That was so strange.
They're coming for it.
Yeah. Dude. And another thing, you were mentioning how Tony might not have gotten this much attention had Nate Diaz been on the card. These fighters may not have gotten the 75 Gs.
That is true. God bless Tony Ferguson for pressuring Dana White at the press conference. You want change in how things are done with fighters? Just pressure Dana at a press conference. He'll give in.
Yeah, well, and it's a good way for Dana to look like he cares for once. So.
Well, that's good for Barboza.
Huge win for Barboza.
This guy's now on 1-2 in a row after coming off a 3-fight losing streak.
And he did arguably beat Danny Ige. Let's not forget that.
Yes. A split decision loss.
So, while it's an official loss, I do think it says something about his upper bound limits as a featherweight.
Well, I guess that says I'm here for featherweight Barboza. I'm all here for that.
All right, Mas, you take over here for a minute while I get a graphic up.
All right, you put that graphic up. Edson Barboza is very happy.
I understand. I would be too. I would love to watch that replay again. That was the strangest thing I've ever seen. Well, not quite, but that is without a doubt the fight of the night so far.
So far, Edson, you're leader of the clubhouse right now.
Yeah.
Is it me, or is Joe Rogan like having full post-fight like interview sessions with guys? He used to ask a couple questions. He's now asking these long-winded questions, trying to be like an investigative journalism.
Yeah. No, I wonder if they're asking him to fill time or. Yeah. Edson Barboza coming for the featherweight division. Why did they just put up Trey the Truth's name on over Edson Barboza? I think they had a lower third prepped for Houston rapper Trey the Truth and just threw it up there while Edson was looking into the camera.
Someone's getting yelled at for that graphic snafu.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, more technical errors than Morning Combat. I am such a bad multitasker. All right.
Oh, he threw a jab and then an overhand right and then
right to the chin.
Right to the like temple.
You know what Shane's reaction looked like? It's when guys are like lifting way too much weight at the gym, and they just suddenly like tip over and pass out. That's what it looked like.
Well, he couldn't handle the weight that Edson Barboza was pressing on him with that nice combo.
Yeah, very nice. Ultra strange. What a good way to start this pay-per-view off. I'm telling you, this fight was one. It just needed when Nate Diaz, Leon Edwards was on that card, that was a hype card, and it's not exclusively because it was Nate Diaz. You just needed one more piece of star power on there. There we go. Trade the Truth.
Trade the Truth.
Who else is here? Uriah Hall.
Yes, here for his voodoo of bad breaks.
Yeah.
Kevin Holland's here
with the wildest sneakers.
Black Beast.
Houston resident under his name. I love that.
Right to Katlyn Chookagian. Just perfect cut edge by this.
I'm going to steal your premise here. I guess we can blame Uriah Hall's presence for that Jacare Souza.
Yes, you can. Viviane Araujo.
Well, thank you to John Anik. Wild night, guys. So we're split here, right? I'm going Viviane.
You took Vivi. I took Katlyn.
Yes, I do have money on Vivi, so. No offense to Katlyn. I don't make these picks. I let people much more equipped than me do so. Much better equipped.
All right, we got an ad for some show or movie coming to Netflix.
I could just about see like Conor McGregor walking out of this. Oh, that's Sports Griffin. There you go.
That's literally why we have this.
No, this is an ad. This isn't a movie. This has to be an ad for something.
John Anik just said something about Netflix.
Oh, Netflix. Wait. Is that Forrest Griffin about to box a zombie? No, he's watching someone box a zombie. Well, we'll get some play-by-play for this, I guess. There's a zombie chasing some dude in boxing gloves. People are cheering on.
More fans in the pandemic era. Maybe this is what the pandemic era would have been if things had really gone off the rails. You got to tap it out. Oh, no.
There's no way this is a movie.
Show?
No, man, this can't be anything. What is this garbage?
Have you seen some of the stuff they're putting on Netflix recently? They're just putting anything up. Oh.
And then they got UFC stock footage. What is this?
Is it a Venom ad? Oh, my God.
Oh, okay, I see. It's like a UFC ad for the Army of the Dead movie. That makes sense.
Terrible.
Have you seen Army of the Dead?
No.
I haven't seen it, but it's got Dave Bautista leading the pack there.
Okay, well,
you're not aware of this?
I'm not aware of much.
Okay, so it's like a heist movie. It's a zombie heist movie. So according to the trailer, the premise is Dave Bautista and company are like retired soldiers. They head into this casino to steal a bunch of money. And I don't know how long they're down there for, but by the time they get up, zombie apocalypse. But these zombies are not just runners. They're also like coordinated. Like they have like intimate relationships and stuff. It's some sort of weird zombie human hybrid. There's a zombie tiger. And I don't know if the movie's any good, but man, if Dave Bautista's in it, I'm watching. And directed by Zack Snyder. So
Dave Bautista, okay, I'll give it a chance. What's the one where he's like in the Uber movie?
Stuber with
that's a great movie.
The wonderful Camille Nanjiani. Dude, Dave Bautista's killing it. I work for ET Canada. I didn't, but someone just had an interview with Dave Bautista, and I'm so jealous it wasn't me because
I'd be jealous it wasn't you either. I'd be like, I can ask Dave Bautista about plenty of things.
Yes. Rotten Tomatoes gives Army of the Dead 74%.
Okay.
Positive rate. 74% of the reviews are positive.
Oh.
Fans give it 83% positive scores. So
okay, well, maybe I'll give it a try.
On Netflix.
Is it me or like Netflix kind of gone downhill a little bit?
Yeah, well, I guess all these other streaming services now have their own, have like reabsorbed their content. Yeah. The trick is, Jason, I pay for Netflix, you pay for Amazon, our buddy pays for HBO Max, our other friend pays for Disney Plus, and then we all live off of, $50-$60 a year. So
okay, well, I mean, I will say some of the content they've put out on Netflix, like I watched that school scandal documentary, whatever it's called. That's a good one.
They kill it with the docs. With the docs. Guys, we'll talk about the UFC fights once the UFC fights start.
We're in a highlight package of, hey, Katlyn Chookagian and Viviane Araujo, they're about to fight.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing with Netflix. For me at this point, Netflix is like, and most of the streaming services, either I know what I'm going to watch, I'm going to go hunt it out. Or I know some people just like to surf and put on something crappy. That's on my, like, I don't watch enough Netflix to really like make the most of that experience. But shout out to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful. If you're looking for another streaming service, ditch it. If you're not happy with your Netflix subscription, Jason, ditch it. Get yourself a Fightful Select.
Yes. Be a member of the Patreon squad.
Yes. What is it, like $7 a month? And you can find out whether or not Sean Ross Sapp said things he's accused of saying that he definitely didn't and are clearly visible. If you, I got it. Here's the thing. I made some poignant points and no one responded to me, which leads me to believe that I'm right and they can't admit it.
Very true.
Yeah, because other people were like just crapping on those people and they kept engaging with them, but they stopped engaging with me when I made a very balanced point, which was, listen, you have two accounts of a situation. Neither tell the totality of the story, and that information, the true story, is accessible to you. So if you're not going to pay to learn the truth, what's the point on having an opinion on two opposing sides that offer you limited information?
Exactly.
Like, what's the point? If you can attain the information that you're seeking and you choose not to, then why have an opinion at all?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know Sean Ross, he's out there breaking all the news, getting the scoops of some of the recently released talent from WWE.
My apologies. It's $5 if you're not a Canadian. My bad.
Yeah, damn our inflation. But
hey, the inflation leads to a good payday for me right now. Though shout out to Fightful north of the border. But anytime in the past I've worked for an American outlet, you get a little bit more cheddar.
Well, yes, and our dollar is gaining some steam and making a comeback right now. So
yes. Speaking of people that are making, never mind. I don't want to make a comeback joke right now. Katlyn Chookagian.
Where the hood at?
Ebony. Wait. What is she walking out to right now?
DMX. Where the hood at?
Oh no! Wow, Katlyn Chookagian really leaning into her Twitter likes right now. I love to hear it. Shout out to the late great DMX for musically.
Live the gimmick, Katlyn. Live the gimmick.
I hope she runs with this
forever.
Yeah,
forever. This would be the most personality she's ever had in her career, though. It'd be
12-inch Katlyn Chookagian up in here.
Oh my God, no.
That's not the name.
Can you just imagine Bruce Buffer, Katlyn, 12-inch? Terrible. That'd be the worst. Buffer spin on that too.
Oh man.
You can't have that because DC would just not be able to concentrate the rest.
I was explaining the situation to my girlfriend, and she's like, "Wait a second, you can just watch porn on Twitter?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, porn. Twitter's the wild, wild west. Like, there's a Twitter community for just about everything out here."
A lot, yes.
I actually went through my likes. So I'm like, I should just make sure I don't have anything incriminating on there. No, I did not. But also, who watches porn on Twitter?
Little 15-second clips. I don't know.
Yeah, if 15 seconds is like the extent of your
I don't know. Maybe if you're an adult star, you're throwing a clip up there. Like
there is this woman. I think she's also like a bodybuilder on Twitter. I think you know who I'm talking about. I don't know her name.
No idea who you're talking about.
She sometimes replies to my tweets. She's got like 150,000 followers. She watches a ton of MMA. She's always talking to the MMA community.
Oh, yes.
But if you go down her feed, it's just nothing but her like shaking her booty and her boobies and her, her.
Yeah,
just shaking them, and hey, more power to her. But it just amuses me. It just amuses me. We have her as a member of the MMA Twitter community, and every time I'm like, oh, who's this person? I look, and it's just ass and boobs and pajoon right up on the front page there. So shout out to her, whatever her name is.
Is it bad that I now know who you're talking about?
You did. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I know. And I'm sure everyone on the live chat who frequents MMA Twitter knows what I'm talking about. Shout out to Anthony Walker, our fellow colleague, who writes, Chookagian comes to a DMX song. Hashtag UFC 262. Wild. I
L for love.
The human in me hopes no one does, but the monster in me really hopes someone brings it up at the post-fight presser.
Someone needs to. That would be journalistic integrity question number 1 for me.
It is a pay-per-view, so maybe some idiot will. Let's see. So thus far in this division, only the best to be in Chookagian, right? It's like the Valentina Shevchenkos and Jessica Andrade's world champs. That's basically it.
Yes, and Andrade really dominated Chookagian.
Yeah, and we'll see here. It's a chance for number 7 to move up in the pecking order, right up there on a title shot, especially in the limited flyweight division. It's a really good chance here. This is always a weird tipping point for a fighter like Chookagian because the question becomes: are you just about the best, or when you lose to Shevchenko and then you lose to Andrade? Does that take something out of your confidence? Does that take something out of your ability to endure punishment? I guess we'll find out tonight. And a huge body shot with the right left hook that caught Chookagian's attention.
Well, I think Araujo's kind of going to the game plan to just, rush Chookagian, let your hands go.
She's a good point fighter, Chookagian is. So
yeah.
You don't want to give her that.
I think if I'm Chookagian, I don't take too much solace. Like, I've lost to the best of the best in this division. And if they weren't in my division, I'd probably be champion right now.
Yeah. But you just never know what that does to someone's confidence, right? Like that's the stance I think I would take. In the same vein, though, it's like if your goal is to become world champion and you seem unable to in back-to-back performances, just what does that take out of your will in general?
Well, yeah, like she lost to Shevchenko and then absolutely crushed her sister, Antonina, who we saw earlier on this card. And then sorry.
No, please finish.
No, I was just going to say she crushed her sister and then got Andrade is welcoming to this division. So, I mean, she can bounce back, and this would be another bounce back fight.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, speaking of bouncing back, there's some we can watch a whole lot of booty bounce back on
Wow.
Chookagian's like
We've
section.
just lost the trail on this.
Yeah, no, there's no. I told you before the show I might not bring it up at all, and now I'm just infatuated with it.
Now you're
Yeah,
happy you brought it up. You have talking points
thrilled about it.
Jake.
But what I was gonna say, like Katlyn, there's no shame in it. Not everyone could be UFC world champ, right? So just the reality of the situation. Someone was like, and they told me not to say it. Someone's like, "Wow, Shaq, that's a nice replica you got. How much did that set you back?" I'm like, "That was $30, and it's a 10-year-old Walmart replica. What are you talking about?"
Definitely. Yeah. So. Oh, and yeah, Chookagian also beat Cynthia Calvillo.
Yes.
I mean, there's so many fights going on. You forget about everything.
I can't keep track anymore, dude. Every week. I was shocked to learn that there wasn't a fight card the week after next.
I know. We got a week off.
All right. And sorry, guys. I know we're not talking much about the fight. It's about 85% of these two missing their strikes.
Yeah, it's really so far brought the energy down from Burgos and Barboza.
Ooh, that I could be mistaken, but it looked like Katlyn stepped in and Araujo, I can't pronounce her name, Araujo pivoted and landed like a little side elbow, 12-6 style. Well, 9-3 on the entry, but 12-6 in shape. So John Anik had just mentioned that one of them's got a 21% significant strike landing here, and I think that must be Chookagian based on how I'm seeing this fight play out.
Yeah, just on her output alone.
Yeah. Araujo has landed the hardest shots without a doubt. Without a doubt, to the head and to the body.
She always throws like combination and then deep kicks. Katlyn Chookagian.
She's one of these girls, the Holly Holmes. She always exhales with her strikes. She always makes a noise. And is that enough of a tell that a fighter could? Stop. Is that enough of a tell that a fighter could sort of avoid your strikes for years of coming, or stop, Shane.
Just can't.
I'm asking you a serious question.
You were, and then you're just ruined. Honestly, I think so. I honestly don't know what those do when you let out these grunts before you throw a strike. I don't think it does anything. Does it tell something to the judges that, hey, I'm throwing?
Yeah, you know what? So you know what I think it is? I don't think it's intentional, like there's some sort of strategy behind it. But when you're like weightlifting, for example, you're supposed to inhale on the prep and exhale on the exertion, right? So I imagine that's just them exhaling on the exertion, but do it quietly, dude. You have to add so much tone to it.
There was one of the female fighters in the UFC in the first show of the year. I think it was like the third fight. She just, every strike was, yeah. It was just like, get her out of here.
That's excessive, man. I want to hear the crowd chanting. I want to hear you. So do we agree that is round number 1 for Vivi?
I'd go Chookagian, honestly.
Really?
But it's a close round.
Looks like her nose is all bruised up, Chookagian's, as well as the below the eye. We're seeing a little bit of damage there. I think the output was similar. I think Viviane actually leaded in output a little bit, but to me, she landed the harder punches there to the body and to the head. But listen, if I think you got it wrong, I would be shocked if the Texas Commission didn't get it wrong. So.
Yeah.
Rob Font, Cody Garbrandt next Saturday. That's going to be a good card.
I really hope we get the fulfillment that Garbrandt does go down to flyweight that we were supposed to get.
I'm leaning towards Rob Font in that fight personally.
I lean to Font a little bit, sure, but does that mean then we can finally officially get Cody Garbrandt 125?
I think so. I just think Rob Font is not gonna play into that game that Cody likes to play, and he's accurate and he's long and there you go. Nice teep kick by Katlyn, to the chest, and it pushes Vivi to the floor, and then Katlyn comes in with a whole lot of nothing. So, do you score something like that well? Because I feel like you more shove someone over than anything else.
It's a significant strike, though.
Yeah,
you didn't push her over; you kicked her down.
Yeah. Perhaps.
You went full Pat Smith early UFC.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I guess what I mean, it's like, while the impact sent her to the floor, I wouldn't quantify that as a very damaging strike. Do you know what I mean? Like a hard
I see
shove.
what you're saying, but it is a significant strike, and in this type of a fight, it is something that can wow the judges.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, I really want to know what the judge is scoring. Oh, good catch of the kick. Oh, Vivi!
Here we go. Vivi setting up for that guillotine from top half.
Did you hear Joe Rogan? That was terrible.
Why don't you repeat it for the folks at home?
I think Joe was upset at the kick Chookagian threw, that it was like lazy because Araujo caught it and then just easily took her down.
Araujo is starting to slide her knee through,
trying
to land into mount for the guillotine, but I think she's given up on getting her leg out, so she's got the guillotine, and she's just punching Katlyn to the body, which I think is a good distraction tool, and here you go. Settles into mount, but loses the guillotine.
That's going to suck, though.
Look at Katlyn's face, just popping through. It's holding on for dear life. It's actually an interesting position because it doesn't really give Vivi a lot of power with which to punch. That's a good point. She's got those arms locked, and she could be setting up an arm bar. Vivi could be. And you can see, wow, very nice setup for an arm triangle. Classic. She had, her right arm underneath Katlyn's left arm. Uses a little spider crawl. Just crawls the fingers up, clockwise, counterclockwise towards Kate's head. Gets it past the point and starts sinking in an arm triangle choke.
Yeah.
Still early into the setup, but
well, she's had like multiple near submission attempts and can work and doing some good ground and pound, trying to soften up Katlyn.
Katlyn gets the half guard back almost, and gets herself up. Oh, huge punches from Katlyn. Very nice. Nice little left hook there. Very sneaky, very short from Vivi. Oh, Joe Rogan is accusing Katlyn of tapping during the guillotine attempt. Huge one, too. I thought Katlyn was tired, but Vivi looks exhausted. She's just standing in front of her. You should note, though, on Rogan's claim of the tapping, no replay is used by the Texas State Athletic Commission. Oh, there we go.
Oh!
Where are you at in the clock?
I am at 50 seconds. I think you got a little ahead of me somehow.
Oh, I did get ahead of you. I'm sorry about that. I will stop if I can. Sorry, yes, I did get ahead of you there. Okay, I will stop at 25 for you.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 25 seconds.
Nice. Yeah, we should have done it the other way. We should have sped up. This would be more on time with people. We can do that between rounds.
I think we'll be okay now. Hopefully. I don't know what happened there. It was weird.
Yeah, I think I must have hit a button or something.
Definitely.
Or something. Or if I don't know.
It doesn't matter, though. Replay isn't used in Texas.
Here. Jason, I actually want you to go back live just because I think we can get a little closer to real time here. Okay. We're watching the replay now. Nah, I don't think she's...
No, that's not a tap. That's trying to clasp your hands.
Yeah. So we're actually, I think we're looking at the same thing right now, roughly.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're good.
I'm looking at the second angle right now. Now we're on the third.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
And now we're in Katlyn's corner?
Yep.
Okay, looks like we're pretty good now.
So I'd say that's a Vivi round.
Oh, that's without a doubt a Vivi round for me. So I have a 2-0 for Vivi. You got a 1-1 for Katlyn. Guys, let us know who you agree with and why it's me. Oh man, I'm still seeing Katlyn memes blowing up on Twitter. Okay. All right, where are you at on the clock?
I am at 4:49.
Perfect. Okay, so we're perfectly synced up here. The Rogerio fight has not happened yet. That will be next, for those wondering. Guys, leave a super chat donation if you don't mind. $1, $1,000. I got my preference, but it's all good. Either way, it makes a good impression on me, keeps me employed. No, but it does go a long way. Yeah, shows Boston I'm doing a good job. They all like me over here. So, or you like Jason?
Well,
I wouldn't know, but we're missing Fernanda though, man. There was a magic spark when we had and Fernanda here.
I know we can talk about bad movies.
Yes. Vivi stalking down Katlyn Chookagian. Nice little left punch lands for Viviane, who's controlling the center of the octagon. And look, when the fight is this close, that's the sort of thing the judges look at, especially these judges.
And yeah, as this fight is, because it's becoming a point fight.
Yeah. Which is Katlyn's game.
Yeah.
If you ask me. Yeah. Katlyn's sticking her with these jabs. And Katlyn has very little power.
Nope, she just lands to land for the sake of landing.
Oh, got a sneeze here.
Oh.
Rona.
Bless you. Whoa.
No Rona. No Rona over here.
No, I know.
I'd be bummed if I got my vaccine booked. I'd be bummed if I got it before my vaccine.
Sir, we can no longer accept you. Back to the bottom of the barrel.
That would suck.
I do know someone that had their vaccine booked. They went to the clinic in Toronto, drove across town, waited in line for hours, got up to there with the second last person, and they ran into the vaccine dosage for the day.
Oh,
it's like, try again later. Try about next tomorrow.
Brutal. So they have an appointment and they ran out?
Yes, I guess so.
Wow. Weird. So I think Katlyn's actually stealing this round now. She just seems to be landing more frequently.
Well, and I think to the commentator's point as well, Araujo's tired from going for those submissions in the second.
Yeah, just eating jab after jab.
Jab, baby. The most deadly punch in your arsenal. You know, and there was the leg kicks from Chookagian, definitely at a much slower rate than what Edson Barboza was doing in the first fight.
Yeah, Vivi's got a nice little side kick to the body from Katlyn. Vivi's got to find something in her to turn up this pressure for the last 2 minutes. Ooh, nice right hand there lands for Vivi.
Oh.
Ooh. Almost, the left head kick almost landed. Landed to the chest. Yeah. Good point, Joe Rogan, though. You know, that eye swelling up, you wonder what kind of impression that'll leave for the judges.
Especially these judges. Sorry, Texas, but I mean, you have a track record.
Oh, shout out to one of our live chat viewers. This is their first UFC pay-per-view. Well, welcome to the show. I hope you'll have more of what we had last fight and less of what we had now.
Yes. Yes, because these shows can be great, but you can also have some snoozers.
Nice 1-2 by Katlyn.
You can have some UFC 78s if anyone remembers that card.
Yes. Oh God, we still have some people accusing Katlyn Chookagian of tapping. So I don't think so. But
Katlyn needs a "I didn't tap" shirt.
Wow, yeah, Chookagian's definitely taking this round. It all comes down to that first, in my opinion. John Anik, what a dig. He says, fortunately for Viviane, we're scheduled for 3 5s and not 5 5-minute rounds.
Thank you. Thankfully for the pay-per-view as well. Could you imagine another 2 rounds of this?
Vivi's got to throw something. She's got to go for the fences. She's got 15 seconds left. I know she's exhausted, but... Oh, there we go. Big right hand lands. Little overhand clipped Katlyn. That was a hard punch. Might have been the hardest of the round, but I don't know if it'll make up.
Too little, too late for her. Horn will go.
Very cool.
Good fight. They fought hard.
Nice little hug. But I wouldn't pay for Joe Rogan asked Chookagian when we all wanted to ask her.
Oh, God.
God, what I wouldn't do.
Go do it. There's a story breaking about your Twitter likes. Mike Coppinger, one of the head boxing writers for The Athletics, on the Katlyn may have tapped trend on his Twitter.
Is it just me or is like Mike Coppinger universally disliked by MMA people?
I love Mike Coppinger, first of all. I think he's great.
I don't know anything about the guy beyond his bad MMA takes and good boxing takes.
Amazing boxing takes. Probably one of the best reads you have if you have an athletic subscription.
Yeah. But
he's excited about fight night. So, you know what? He had a big fight night last weekend where he was amongst the 73,000 with Canelo.
Wow. Katlyn landed more in round 3 than she did in rounds 1 and than either woman landed in rounds 1 and 2 combined. Shockingly, Chookagian led the strike total in round 2, despite that 2.5 minutes on the top, where I thought Viviane threw a ton to the body. Close fight. Close fight. So you have a 2-1 Chookagian, I have a 2-1 Viviane.
All right, let's find out here, Texas.
That's Katlyn. 30-27 is Katlyn.
Yep.
And that's wrong. 30-27 Katlyn is nonsense, but
30-27 anyone in that fight would have been nonsense, honestly.
Oh, well.
Yes. Joe. Do it.
Do it.
That was a great knee there from Chookagian in the slow replay.
And just barely legal.
Barely legal, yeah.
Like her. No. Can't keep doing it. Where are we here? What am I trying to look for on my computer? Oh, Bill Goldberg is in the house.
I think you need to clarify a celebrity versus guy on roster.
Yeah. Well, I feel like they have celebrity status at the fights. You know what I mean?
I see.
Maybe not to the audience at home, but I think to the ones who are there.
But then you go to the last paper, they're like Tom Brady, celebrity. Yeah. Gilbert Durinho Burns, great fighter. Really just known in the MMA community.
Did they have celebrity under his name?
That's how John Anik introduced that package.
Yeah.
Bill Goldberg, actual celebrity. Except Matt Riddle doesn't think so. But
shout out to Matt Riddle.
All right. Bontorin, who missed weight by 1 pound.
Yes. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right. JPEG. Sorry, I need to take over for a minute, Jason.
All right, I'll take over before we hype up Matt Danger Schnell versus Rogerio Bontorin. I will say it is weird with this Disney partnership with the UFC to seeing NBA playoff commercials. Still not used to it. Hey, the play-in tournament's this Wednesday. Sadly for us Canadians, the Toronto Raptors not a part of it. What a card for next weekend with Font, Garbrandt main event. Felicia Spencer versus Norma Dumont, which potentially could be the last women's 145-pound fight in UFC history.
Well, where's Amanda Nunes? Is she still on the...
She is, but I mean, she's their bantamweight champion too.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to run to the bathroom, so you are solo, my friend.
I am solo right now.
I will. In fact, I'll give you...
Oh. Look at that. Split right in half. I'll stay on whatever side I can. Well, yeah, as I said, it's a fight that got moved up due to some of the fights he had falling off and getting pushed to next weekend's card. So it's Matt Danger Schnell, Rogerio Bontorin. Bontorin, who was the last to weigh in yesterday at the weigh-ins and missed weight, weighed in at 137, refused to, couldn't make the weight or didn't want to take up the hour to make the 136-pound limit. So he missed his weight and has to be fined. And, Danger Schnell, guy that was on an MTV reality show and put it together as of late. When you look at his last couple fights, like he had a good split decision win on that weird Wednesday card back in on Fight Island in January, where he was able to really shut down Tyson Nam and not let him get off those explosive big strikes and kept Nam kind of at bay. His only loss recently is to Alexander Pantoja, who I think is one of the best one of the best fighters that the UFC does have, and was when Schnell was at flyweight. So now moving up here to bantamweight, I think is a good decision. And before that, he was picking up wins against Jordan Espinoza, Luis Smolka, Naoki Inoue, and Marco Beltran. So Schnell, I picked Schnell. I think Schnell's going to find a way to get his grappling going and lean on Bontorin, who's missed that weight. And welcome back, Shaq.
Thank you. Is it safe to assume you were talking about Katlyn and her digital content this whole time?
I think Katlyn Chookagian is done for this card.
Never. Rogerio, but I'm so bad at pronouncing these names. And I hear John Anik do it, and I just give up.
Well, I mean, part of the problem is Anik can ask them straight up, how do we pronounce your last name?
And he does.
Yes. As any broadcaster should do. If you have to pronounce a name that you don't know how to ask, don't ever guess.
Who do you have in this one?
Danger Schnell.
As do I. So where are we at with our picks right now? I am 0-2 on the main card. You are 1-1.
Yes, I am 1-1.
Quick shout out to Bryant Heath. Thank you so much for the super chat donation. What's your guys' favorite fight? Mine is Rory McDonald versus Robbie Lawler. I remember where I was for Rory McDonald, Robbie Lawler. Do you remember where you were?
Rory McDonald, Robbie Lawler.
That was the undercard of Conor McGregor, Jose Aldo, right? Or was it Conor McGregor, Chad Mendes?
Chad Mendes, yes. I was, at my wife, then girlfriend at the time's house, watching it.
Congratulations.
Yes.
I was at a Boston Pizza in downtown Vancouver with my friend, and it was a riot. It was such a good time. The energy in the restaurant was wild. Honestly, I think it kind of just pops into my head every time. That is incredible. On any given day, I would either tell you Robbie Lawler or Roy McDonald or Robbie Lawler, Carlos Condit. But which I actually know where I was there too. I was actually at work at a Vancouver news radio station, and it happened to be on the TV. So I just basically ignored my job for 25 minutes. But my all-time favorite, Israel Adesanya versus Kelvin Gastelum. That is mine.
All-time favorite, I would go Shogun Hua versus Dan Henderson, UFC 139.
That's a good one.
A fantastic fight, arguably the greatest fight in the history of mixed martial arts. The rematch was good, not as good. I would go as well, like Diego Sanchez versus Nick
Gilbert.
Diaz.
Oh, okay.
Diego Sanchez versus Carl Parisian. Just throwing some fights off the top of my head right now.
Diego Sanchez and Joshua Fabia against the world.
Yeah, that's their big fight right now. Trying to think what else. What else would I put? Anthony Pettis versus Benson Henderson, the final WEC fight. Uriah Faber, Jens Pulver from WEC, early WEC card.
I'll throw out some more recent ones too, that just because I apparently have a terrible memory. Korean Zombie versus Yair Rodriguez was pretty fantastic. Shane Burgos, Josh Emmett for the 3 rounds was wild, especially the story in that where Josh Emmett's like, he tore his like ACL and his MCL, and he still won the fight.
Devison Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno.
There's a lot of good ones.
Joanna versus Zhang last year, which was our fight of the year.
Yes, of course. And Bryant, I'll give him a follow-up since he donated, says, love all these fights, watched all of them live. We got someone saying Forrest Griffin, Stephen Bonner, a classic. Yep. McGregor versus Diaz 2 was good as well. Someone's asking if Oliveira crossed Royce Gracie's record for most submissions. Bro, ages ago. Not only is Royce Gracie, so let me paint this to you because we had an amusing little video package there. It's fresh on my mind. Charles Oliveira is at number 1 with 14 submissions. In number 2 is Damian Maia, who's got 11. Royce Gracie is tied 3rd with Jim Miller for 10 apiece. So there's multiple people ahead of him, or kind of in that range. Yes.
Matt Schnell was on an MTV reality show as well about MMA back in the day.
Oh, remember when Luke Rockhold was making a total fool of himself on that on some sort of like dating show?
No, but when does
gross.
Luke Rockhold not make a fool of himself sometimes?
Someone's wondering, how long do you think Thug Rose keeps the title for? Well, you know what? I will give some credence to Zhang Wei Li that there was a lot going against her in that camp, between having issues with getting her corner there because of the travel, the reaction she was getting from the crowd. I think her rematch would be more competitive. I picked Rose the first time. I'd pick Rose the second time. And outside of Zhang Wei Li, let's look at the rankings right now. I don't see Joanna beating her. I don't see Yan Xiaonan beating her. I don't see Carla Esparza or Mackenzie Dern or Marina Rodriguez beating her. I think she's got that title for a while.
I think the biggest thing for Rose, the first title run, was just the mental aspect and the responsibilities of being a champion. Have this media obligation, you have this camera in your face, and that's tough for someone that deals as open with their mental health issues and dealing with anxiety and stuff like that. And I think the time away and then coming back, getting the win against now Zhang by the finish, I think she's matured, she's ready for it, and I think she'll be able to have a long run, much like you, Shaq, as I was putting you to sleep with my
sorry, no, it's not you putting out. And hey, you're being agreed with, Jason, so people continue to pop for Jason over here at Fightful Pro Wrestling. Guys, quick reminder, if you I'm sure you're subscribed here, but if you're not, please do that. Head over to Fightful MMA on YouTube. The numbers have just been skyrocketing, unfortunately, thanks to Jake Paul. But we got original content there. Would love your support. That would mean the world to us. And here we go. Round 1 of Matt Schnell versus Rogerio Bontorin.
How does Matt Schnell not come out to Kenny Loggins' Highway to Danger Zone?
You're aging yourself.
No, but it's perfect. He needs to come out to that.
Yeah, well, send him a text. I'm sure you can get in contact with his manager. Get his phone number.
I think I will. If he wins, I will put a request and interview Matt Danger Schnell.
So while we're waiting for some action to pick up, I'm at 440 in this fight, roughly. You?
I'm dead on, Shaq. Dead
on. So there was a time where Rory McDonald was coming out to all sorts of obscure walkout songs, and it turns out someone from the UFC was texting an old number of his that now belonged to someone else, and so some random guy was submitting walkout music requests on behalf of Rory McDonald, just picking the most absurd stuff. So Rory would come into the cage and be like, "What is this?" Awesome story.
The best I can tell you of that is for the regional promotion I worked for, which is BTC Fight. One of the things to the fighters was get your song in by X amount of date. If not, our matchmaker's like 2-year-old son or 3-year-old daughter was going to pick it for you.
Oh, huge 1-2 Lancer Bontorin. Sorry. And the little baby boy would pick the song?
Yes, pretty much. A child would pick your walkout song.
Baby Shark. Dude,
that should be someone's gimmick. Just come out to that time.
Yeah, they call me Baby Shaq. Do. Hey man, Brian Heath feeling extra generous tonight. Thank you for that. He says I was watching the fight at my local B-Dubs, but I'm an old man and had to go home and relax. Hey, no better place to be. No better place to be. This has been a terribly boring fight. It's been about 3 minutes of nothing, and then hey, the exchanges are wicked though. Throwing leather.
Oh, Schnell caught Bontorin on an exit with a hook. Danger Schnell, baby.
Hope you're having a good night, Brian.
Yes.
So I still have to search out the footage because I missed it, but I saw the headline come by on MMA Fighting's Missed Fist. But some guy's cup fell out on a regional fight.
I have not heard that.
Yeah.
This is actually the 1 week I haven't watched a lot of the regional stuff, but I'm sure Kaposa is the one that posted it.
Probably. Nice body kick there from Schnell. Great fighter, terrible bangs. Rough haircut. So you have someone saying in the chat that Bontorin is winning this round, and I almost believed him, but they both landed hard.
Well, there's still 2 minutes and 10 seconds left, so anything can happen.
It's super close right now. Both guys, they're both very patient, and every time they go into the pocket, they're both landing hard.
Yeah, I agree, Dean. Put some more pressure on Matt. This feinting isn't working.
Yeah. Yeah, if you know your guy missed weight, good chance to try and put a little pressure on him. Oh, and a short little left while backing up seemed to land for Bontorin. Nice leg kick, drops Schnell, who gets right back to his feet. Hey, well, shout out to Brian, who says Fightful has been helping him get back into MMA. Well, we're glad to hear that. We love having you here, and hey, keeps me employed, so... We'll have Fightful Weekender, Steven Jensen back here next week for the Rob Font Cody Garbrandt card. Live streaming here. While all our MMA content is over at Fightful MMA, the live streams live here on Fightful Pro Wrestling. Ooh, Schnell seemed to stun Bontorin, who's got a ton of power, man. These guys both land so hard. Oh, nice combination from Schnell. A 3-punch combination in the pocket.
Schnell still has that frame of his flyweight days, right? But yeah, it's making him be quicker and land those
has that
combos.
Horrible haircut.
What do you mean? That's a good haircut.
No, man. That was a little ponytail coming out the back. It's not for me.
It's the least worst thing we've ever had in MMA.
That's true. So. That's true. That's true. You know what? Better than Schnell's bangs. Although I like the side. I like the fade Schnell's got on the side. Were you impressed by Edson Barboza's performance?
Yes. Who wouldn't be?
Super great fight. Do you think he has a chance to make a run for the title at featherweight?
I think anything can happen. I think if he has another performance like that, Sure, I just think maybe age is against him a little bit right now.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So he's going to have probably the number 9 spot in the division. Ahead of him, Dan Ige, who a lot of people, he lost that split decision, but a lot of people thought he beat. I could see him beating an Arnold Allen and a Josh Emmett. Yeah, I think he might find himself stuck at the top 5, roughly. But you know what would actually be a great fight? I'd love to see Chan Sung Jung versus Edson Barboza. Wouldn't that be good?
Yeah. Anytime you put Chan Sung Jung versus anyone, it's a great fight. So
yeah, I think title's a little far-fetched, but I think he could find himself in the top 5 with the right performances.
I think that's the one thing with MMA is like, hey, you have a good fight. You think you can win the title? It's like there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of athletes in the UFC. It's really tough to just think you can get there right now. And I don't know if he is gonna, but if you can make yourself a successful career of just being an entertaining fighter and being competitive in competitive fights, I think that's also something a lot of people would love to strive for.
Agreed. Here we go. Round 2. Maybe a feeling out process is come and gone. We can see a little bit more activity, and Schnell immediately opens up.
That head kick nearly clipped the face off.
Man, I thought Schnell was about to get crushed, but he landed the nice right shot. Ooh, Bontorin just missing.
Something's going to happen. You can just feel someone's going to connect a perfect shot on someone.
Yeah. I can't imagine this going 3 rounds, just with how close they're getting and how much spice they're putting on these shots. Like, someone's got to give. Hey, you know what? I just looking at the poster for Font versus Garprat. It's a nice one. UFC's posters suck, but it's a nice one.
I'll take a look when I get a sec. But
we're being asked what fights we're looking forward to. We'll get to it in between the rounds.
Like in the year?
Yeah, just upcoming fights. So I pulled up everything that's got a main event, which is now to UFC 264, and now I'll browse through those during the
downtime. Yes.
Nice leg kick from Bontorin. I love the way Schnell answers back when Bontorin throws, and vice versa. Wow, these are like 4 or 5 punch combinations from Schnell. That's really nice.
Tracking him down.
Better round for Schnell. Much more.
He got more active in the start here.
More active and landing more.
Yeah,
I think. And Bontorin's starting to fall for the feints.
Man, if that head kick to start the round was just
all the feints. Yeah, if that head kick at the beginning was just a smidge more to the left.
Oh, and more shin than foot.
Yeah, you're seeing Bontorin throw wild and miss. What I love about Schnell's feints are he changes up the degree of the feint. He'll just do subtle stuff with his head sometimes. Sometimes he'll go like 50% of the way into a combination or a punch and then back out. It's really throwing Bontorin for a loop here. Like, I don't think Bontorin's landed more than like once or twice this whole round.
No, and you wonder if the weight cut is affecting him, because Megan O'Leary said he took this fight weighing 168.
Really? Jeez.
So he's pretty much a welterweight cutting down to bantamweight now.
Crazy. Oh. Credit to him for taking the fight.
Still, though, you got to keep yourself in a little bit better condition post your last fight.
Yeah.
Oh, little jab from Bontorin.
Yep. Oh, a nice 1-2. Or sorry, a left hook, right hook combination from Schnell, and a body kick. Oh, huge punch from Bontorin landed.
Oh, yeah. But Schnell did well to eat it.
I'm a second behind you. Let me see, or ahead of you. Sorry, let me see if I can help out.
I'm at 136.
Yeah, I'll let you know when I'm 125, okay? Or sorry, let me know when you're at 125.
I'm at 125 right now.
There we go. Just a second off, I don't want to yell before you yell.
I know. We've had that once before on one of these, and it's not fun.
Huge shot from Bontorin, nearly drops Schnell, and he is going for it. Ooh, missed the Man, that was impressive by Schnell to keep his composure and his, just
Yeah, those shots really hurt and rocked.
he rocked him,
Schnell.
but then he knew that knee was coming and he dodged it expertly. How much do these pay-per-views cost in the US? Do you know? So we're both up here.
Aren't they like $70?
They're like $79.99 now or something like that?
Isn't that for ESPN Plus as a whole?
I don't know. What's it?
Well, whatever they were last year, they raised it $10.
Yeah. So it's $70.
So yeah. They're now what, $65 in Canada.
Yes.
Canada said we're not raising our prices.
I can't believe the Texas crowd is booing him after what we just saw. Oh, whoa, that was so close. Man, Bontorin had the Muay Thai clinch. Schnell throws like 4 or 5 to the body and just gets out of the way of a knee.
Well, I think Bontorin stole that round.
He stole that round, 100%. Yeah, so Brian, someone's saying $70, geez. So that's the cost of the pay-per-view. But if you're in the US, you also have to pay for ESPN Plus on top of that, right?
Yeah, you have to pay for your subscription.
And then you have to pay for the pay-per-view. Nonsense. Wow. Schnell almost had that round, and then he lost it.
Oh, that big left there from Bontorin.
Hey, do you just looking on Twitter, that Chookagian teep kick, does that count as a knockdown? The one that was to Araujo?
I believe it would, wouldn't it? I mean, it did knock her down.
I guess. Ooh, nice punch from Schnell. Man, there's so much impact when these guys land.
It's crazy. So I saw on Twitter most people had that round for Schnell.
Round 2? No way. No way.
Aaron Bronstetter had it for Schnell.
No. He nearly got dropped. What do you mean?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think it's 20. I think it would have been Schnell's round, but then that big combination and flurry from Bontorin made him win the round.
If you can discern who landed the harder punch, for the most part, that's the guy who's supposed to win the round, according to how the judges' rule book, from what I understand. So if you can discern without a doubt that Bontorin landed the harder punch. Gosh, Schnell's movement is awesome, though. I love it.
It is, but he needs to get a little bit more active right now. All right, Matt. Come on, Matt. Come on, Danger. Well, these guys were promoted to the pay-per-view, so
I don't think they deserve a boo here. This is way better than the Katlyn Chookagian fight, and I didn't get a boo.
I don't know. I think those Miller Lights or whatever have
started to flow.
Yeah, starting to.
We'll get to all the questions, guys, in between rounds. Or in between fights, excuse me. So whose round is this so far, in your mind?
I think once again it's Bontorin.
Yeah. Who'd you give the first round to?
I gave it to Bontorin.
Wow.
So I right now would have it being 30-27. I know that's maybe not fair for what this fight is, but the bigger shots have been Bontorin. And right now, like I said, he's moving well, but he's not throwing. He's not landing anything. He's not even attempting to strike.
Yeah, I wonder if he's feeling a little tentative after nearly getting knocked down in the second. Oh, he's about to get dropped again. Oh, he might get finished.
He could.
Man, what a chin on Schnell. Oh, flying knee from Bontorin. Schnell covering up. He's about to get taken down.
Yeah.
Wow, man, Schnell has a beard on him.
You know, if that would have been a good finish and flurry, that would have sucked for Bontorin because you can't be eligible for a bonus now.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But
now this is without a doubt now Schnell's fight to lose, or excuse me, Bontorin's fight to lose.
Yeah, and the weight advantage right now is going to be rough for Schnell. Mm-hmm. Good elbow from Bontorin on the on top and half guard.
Yeah, Schnell's got to push on the hips and try and get out here. Like, there's no. I mean, to be fair, he might be hurt. I guess he's hoping for a stand-up, but I don't know. Referee seems like he might step in.
You know what would get the stand-up? If this Texas crowd starts booing. Where are your boos now, Texas?
Oh, he's got no mouthpiece either.
Kerry Hatley also.
I think he just saw the mouthpiece.
Yeah. Nope.
Kerry Hatley not to. There's a mouthpiece right next to him.
Kerry Hatley also gives the.
Oh, he picked it up.
Picked it up.
So are you gonna freeze the fight or not? Here's a great time to stop the fight and give him his mouthpiece.
Stop. Stop, and then just reset. What is happening? Guys, Kerry Hatley also, when he is introduced, he always gives the L, like the loser sign. Does he think it means L for love?
L for... I don't know, man. Just give the guy his mouthpiece back. I'm shocked.
I would love if he had his mouthpiece back. He's taking some good shots right now from Bontorin. Gonna try a triangle.
Daniel Cormier's like, you should wait for a break in the action. There was a break in the action. Oh, at this point, who cares anymore?
Doesn't matter now with 4 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Here's your mouthpiece, buddy. Thanks. That referee's a dummy. That referee is a
It's
dummy.
Kerry. Like, is anyone surprised?
What a loser, that referee. What's his name? Kevin Hartley?
Kerry Hatley.
Kerry Hatley?
Yeah.
Screw that guy. Okay. We'll answer this question first because it's easier. Jason, when did you get into MMA?
So I stumbled into MMA when I was really young because they used to put the UFC videotapes in the pro wrestling section. I was a big pro wrestling fan as a kid, still am. So I accidentally rented UFC 3, but I got into MMA pretty much from the first season of The Ultimate Fighter when the chatter in gym class went from what happened on Raw and SmackDown to, did you see The Ultimate Fighter?
I see. So for me, it would have been about 2010. I was visiting my mom, who was in Cali at the time, and her boyfriend at the time was into MMA a little bit. He had the UFC video games, the THQ ones that were terrific. So I played a metric F-ton of UFC, and that was sort of my first taste of it. I didn't really get into it until probably my senior year of high school or just after. So we're talking somewhere 2012, 2013. And one of the first fights that sticks out, this is probably around the time they really got into it, was Anderson Silva versus Chris Weidman.
Yes, the first one.
Yes, the first one. So somewhere around there. That was kind of my entry. And I remember screaming when Weidman knocked him out, and that was, I think, the moment I was hooked. So, because I knew what it meant to beat Anderson Silva. Okay, 2 30-27s, 1 29-28 for Bontorin. I am 0-3 on my thoughtless picks tonight.
I'm 1-2.
And you know what it's time for? The fight that I'm so stoked for. Tony Ferguson, Beneil Dariush. Man, is that going to be good.
Well, that's a bit of a bummer for Bontorin because you win, but you can't get any extra. You're just getting your your win and show, I guess.
Well, I mean, I don't think it was going to get a bonus anyway.
True. You're right.
So shout out to Dave Doyle, who tweeted, was half expecting a 30-27 for Schnell.
Yeah, with Texas, you never know.
Could you imagine if they screw up another main event title fight? I don't think it's going to go to a decision, but could you imagine?
This is judging in MMA, and I know anything is possible. Didn't we have, 48, 47 Felder?
Wild. Was that in Texas?
No, that was at the
Apex. Was Apex, right? Yeah. Even Paul Felder was shocked by that decision.
It's like, there's no way I want this fight. Maybe a round, but not this fight.
Over a match. Okay, so do you want to start? What are some fights you're looking forward to there on the calendar right now?
Fights that are on the calendar. Well, one that was announced for June 11th is a Bellator fight. Paul Daly versus Jason Jackson at 175, which is kind of a fun little division Bellator's working with. It's kind of Paul Daly's division.
Answer this question for me real quick.
Yes.
As someone who's on the Bellator rankings.
Yes.
Should that fight affect the welterweight rankings?
No, because it's a 175. I don't think so.
Because I think there was a catchweight fight on the last card that both guys are from a division. I think I did see some shifts in the rankings.
Well, the last time Daly fought was 175. Yeah. That was the Sab Hamasi fight.
Yeah, and I think he's ranked ahead of him at welterweight now. So
you guys in the rankings, I don't know.
You know what? I will say this: we get very little. We get some like advice as like what might happen, but there is basically no criteria. Which
clearly after last week's ranking.
I have mixed feelings about it because on one hand, it's like we want you to interpret the rankings because we don't want it to be biased. At the same time, I feel like it'd be nice if someone set some parameters under which to work with.
Because I don't understand in the bantamweight rankings where a guy can come in at a ranking number, lose, and then not move and keep the number. Same with the guy that beat that guy and not even move anywhere in the rankings.
Yeah, I maybe my mistake was not dropping someone enough, but in my mind, if you beat someone, I don't care what the circumstances are. I don't care if the decision was BS. If you beat someone officially, you move ahead of them in the rankings. And I was shocked when the rankings came out and Peter Queally, who was unranked, was at number 6 and Patricio was still number 2. When you look at the lightweight rankings, I can actually believe not dropping Patricio because like the division sucks behind him. It's like Benson Henderson who's like losing in welterweight all the time. Like it's a messy division, and I think you pointed that out. But at the very least, Peter Queally, if you're not gonna bump up Peter Queally to number 2, you better move Patricio down.
Or if you have a Rafion Stotts who comes in at 4, wins, has a big win against a ranked guy in the bantamweight division in Josh Hill, my broadcast partner. How do you not move him up 1 at least?
Yeah. Here's the other thing about the Bellator rankings. I know we're sidetracked here, but I think they use the same service that UFC does for their independent rankings.
I know. I just thought this week's rankings were bizarre.
So let me point this out, and I've had this conversation as well with them. I think let's say I set my rankings, like the inaugural rankings, right? I look at the whole division. I look at every division, everyone on the roster is eligible, and I create my interpretation of the inaugural Bellator rankings, right? Mm-hmm. Every other media panelist does the same. My expectation was when the new rankings come out at the end of the first fight, I will now be adjusting my rankings based on the official rankings. That's not what happens. Your rankings always remain the same.
Oh.
And I think that is where you get this really absurd variance in how people are ranked or how of movement or no, lack of movement. It's because I'm still adjusting my rankings based on my interpretations of them last week. Now, I can change those interpretations at any point. And I think that's why they do it. So you have that flexibility to be like, oh, you know what? I think I was wrong. But I think if we are unanimously making a ranking, that next week, I should be making my movements based on what was unanimously agreed upon, not based on my interpretation. Because I feel like what that's doing is it's letting me stay firm on my rankings, even if 14 other people disagree with them. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. that everyone should unanimously.
We should every week be operating. We can make different decisions, but they should be the foundation of those should be the same. We should be making movements or judgments based on what the rankings are, not what we thought the rankings were 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or this week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's where you see a lot of messiness, is because next week when I update my rankings, I'm not going off what the official rankings are. I'm going off of my rankings, which I think is really weird.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so much to be said about rankings in this sport and whatever. But to your point, fights to look forward to. So yes, the Paul Daly one against Jason Jackson next weekend. For UFC, obviously they have Rob Font, Cody Garbrandt. I think it'll be a good fight. Jack Hermansson, Edmund Shabazi, which was supposed to be on this pay-per-view, but unfortunately Hermansson's had a COVID in his camp, so they moved it back a week. And the opener on the main card, Ben Rothwell versus Chris the Beast Boy Barnett.
Yes, thank you.
I am so happy he's finally getting a shot in the UFC.
Dude's been a super heavyweight, and he's been doing this since 2009, and we haven't seen him in the octagon. So that came out of nowhere.
I know he's like the third kick at the can for Rothwell to get a fight, but of any replacement, I was like, thank God it's Chris Barnett. He was supposed to fight at the end of May for the XFC.
Yeah.
And then they bring him up, and I'm so excited. If we can get Chris Barnett's breakdancing in the octagon, the MMA gods will have done just.
All right. I got Rob Font, Cody Garbrandt coming up, Jack Hermansson, Edmund Shabazi. And you actually have the same three from this card. What about the card after that, UFC Fight Night 189, which has the horrible main event of Rosenstruik versus Sakai?
Well, for UFC, let me take a look. I know we have Invicta back next week as well. So Ashley Zapatella is in the co-main. Definitely give her a look. Next, the fight night after that one that you were saying.
So Angela Hill, Amanda Hebos, Yusuf Zalal, Sean Woodson. Those are the ones. You know what I'm not looking forward to on that card? Walt Harris versus Marcin Tybura. Give Walt Harris a fucking break. Let that man ease back into the fight game. And I mean, to some degree, that's his responsibility too. After his daughter died, was murdered. Don't give the man Alistair Overeem and then Alexander Volkov and then Marcin Tybura. Give him Chris Barnett.
Yeah.
What are you doing to the poor guy?
When you look at that card, though, there are some good fights. Tanner Boser, Canadian, Ilya Latifi, who I think that's a pretty good fight at heavyweight. Santiago Ponzinibbio, Miguel Baez. Now, there's a big fight for both Ponzinibbio to finally get back in the win streak, and for Baez, who UFC's kind of trying to push as this Puerto Rican star.
Yes.
For when they can open up and go to Puerto Rico, they want to have a show there. What else? The Queen of Violence is back, Ariana Lipski.
Yes. Let me take it to UFC 263. Obviously, we have Israel Adesanya, Marvin Vettori. It's either going to be beautiful or it's going to be ugly. I hope it's beautiful. The Davison Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno rematch. I'm almost not excited because I feel like there's no way it's going to be better than the first one.
You know what? Every time we think that, it may not live up to like the Lethal Weapon 2 version of a sequel.
It's close enough.
But it's close enough, yeah.
Leon Edwards, Nate Diaz. I'm not actually excited for the fight itself.
I'm just excited for Nate Diaz.
I'm just excited for the spectacle around it.
But also the first ever co-main event that goes 5 rounds.
Is that still the case? I imagine.
Yeah.
And it's not even the co-main event anymore, not just a fight on the card. It's the first ever non-co-main. There's actually still not a co-main event non-title 5-rounder. Now it's just a random main card 5-round fight.
Yeah. Damian Maia, Bilal Muhammad. So I like that fight.
Beneil Dariush making us walk.
Yes.
Eric Anders, Darren Stewart. That was shaping up to be a fantastic fight before Illegal Knee. That was en route to be Eric Anders' most impressive KO without a doubt.
Oh, yes. That was our back-to-back weekends of Illegal Knees. Yeah. Hakeem Dawodu is on UFC 263 next month. Good to see Hakeem back in action. Same with Lauren Murphy. So we can maybe get some media questions about her tweet. That was amazing about Katlyn Chookagian.
All right, let's zip through just some really big ones. Obviously, Korean Zombie versus Dan Ige. I mean, I'm not excited for it, but I feel like Matt Brown, Diego Lima will be violent. I'm just worried for Matt Brown's health. Rick Glenn, Joaquim Silva, that'll be exciting. Chaos Williams, Matthew Semmelsberger, that should be exciting.
Oh, you know what else will be fun coming up? Next Friday, LFA, they have their vacant middleweight title. Josh Frem, Gregory Rodriguez. Frem's a prospect to look out at 185. And the PFL, when they come back June 10th, we got, of course, Anthony Pettis trying to get a win. Brendan Loughnane, Tyler Diamond could be the fight of the tournament.
Why is why is Clay Collard on the prelims when the guy he beat is in the main event? I understand they actually, I could see how if they had to only have a 4-fight main card, they were having troubles figuring out which ones to put, but come on, man, you can't do that to Grant Dawson.
Well, you got to put Pettis, obviously, as their new shiny toy.
You got to do Clarissa Shields on there, of course. And,
right, you have Clarissa Shields, so I don't know. But Loughnane, Tyler Diamond could be one of the best fights at 145, and hopefully Clay Collard gets a win and advances into the championship.
Yeah, and then you have so you got Fight Night, Cyril Gane versus Alexander Volkov. Some ones that stand out to me there. Anthony Hernandez versus Punahele Soriano should be fun. Timur Valiev versus Hani Barcelos should be fun. Hanato Moicano versus Jay Herbert should be fun. And then we got 264. McGregor Poirier, of course. Gilbert Burns, Stephen Thompson. Ryan Hall, who probably won't make it to the cage against Ilia Topuria, but you hope. And Tai Tuivasa versus Greg Hardy. They're going to have sex in the middle of the cage based on Greg Hardy's call out. Oh, Greg Hardy just had a weird call. He says, hey, bro, I really want to pound one out with you. Let's go in there and bang and pound one out. And I'm just like, what are you talking about, Greg Hardy? And Sean O'Malley, Luis Smoka.
Yes.
Which is such a squash match.
Oh, here comes Tony Ferguson. That techno music is blaring.
And yes, someone pointed out in the live chat, Eric Anders, Roll Tide. He is Alabama football alum. Yeah, I'm feeling this music, though.
Here comes Techno Tony.
Shout out to Eric Kulango is arguing that the Figueiredo Moreno should be the headliner. Incredible fight. No, it should.
You have Israel Adesanya, who's arguably the biggest star.
He's a superstar.
You can't not.
Someone put 4. I'm not even mildly shocked by 4.5K on Ferguson. We've seen some ridiculous. Wasn't there a dude who bet like 6 figures on one of the cards recently and lost it all?
I think he actually did okay and ended up winning, but it's like, what are you doing with your money?
I mean, we have that much money to blow. It doesn't matter, right? That's FU money at that point.
True.
I mean, could you be donating that money to Palestine? Whoa. What? I thought Tony Ferguson was about to leap into the crowd and hit someone. Like, I don't know what happened, but he just turned towards the crowd and just started stomping his way over. I think he gave someone a fist bump.
He did, yeah.
But I swore, I thought he was about to Habib the audience. Yo, what's on his left arm? Right by the bicep, shoulder.
A tat?
No, on his left shoulder, there's some sort of fleshy, big orange mark.
I don't really see that, but maybe I'm...
Yeah, just wait until the camera turns. It's on his left shoulder. Do me a favor, let me know. Actually, never mind. We'll see it. My thing keeps resetting to live, so I might be a couple seconds ahead of you again. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out, yes.
I love this camera. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yet? I know he's not staying still.
Well, I mean, we had the Iron Turtle arguably last week with nearly staph infection.
That was gross. Man, look at those collarbones on Tony Ferguson. Hey, the crowd in Houston loves him. Oh, Beneil Dariush, Mr. Salt and Pepper. He was giving me advice on trading my puppy. Like I can't not root for Beneil Dariush. And that's
what a nice
no
guy.
disrespect to Tony.
As we said before, MMA needs more Beneil Dariush's.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. The world needs more Beneil Dariush's.
True. Imagine if Tony like broke his foot right there to kicks to the cage.
Wild. Could you imagine?
Oh, Tony Ferguson broke his foot right there. Fight's over.
Bro, that UFC 263 could be long as balls. It's basically a triple header. I wish I had enough money to just buy ugly suits all the time. Ugly tailored suits.
Do you think he buys them or they're gifted to him?
Oh, that's a good point. I feel like they wouldn't be. I mean, someone gifts them, but like, I don't think it'd be like a sponsorship sort of deal because I can't tell what brand that is, right?
But those kind of places are like, look to see who's wearing them, and then they, in their own little world, showcase that kind of thing.
All right, maybe I'm just not aware. Shout out to and of course, like the only Iranian fighter, so I gotta support my dude. This is gonna be good. Like I can't picture this fight being boring at all. They're on such opposite spectrums of sanity, but they are both so freaking violent.
Yes.
Hey, Tony looks like he's in a zone though. This reminds me of the Tony of old.
It's Tony time.
I just on Twitter, man. Tony Ferguson's about to slice open Beneil with those collarbones.
Yeah, those chicken wings.
Let us know who you guys have. I think Caleb's got money on Ferguson, if I'm not mistaken. I'm so sad that they made him hide. Were you about to say the same thing as me? I'm so sad they make Beltran hide his wonderful beard.
Yeah, damn you, UFC, and your standards on that beard. It's fantastic.
Got a flow, man. That thing goes down to his
knees
by now. Yeah, knee is easy. Here we go. What are you at right now on the clock?
4:53.
Okay, I'm a couple seconds ahead of you. I'm going to stop at 4:45, okay?
Okay, I'll tell you.
Actually, no, I'm going to stop at 4:30.
4:30? Okay, I will tell you when I'm there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4:30.
There we go. Beneil pressing forward, not afraid to exchange with Ferguson.
Houston, Texas is Tony Ferguson territory.
Apparently. Ooh. Beneil went for a huge left shot, but Ferguson landed a kick to the body to stop that. Beneil's really putting on the forward pressure, which I think is the right call.
Damn right.
Oh, big left hand lands for Beneil, but Ferguson's always moving, right? Like he's always rolling with those punches to some degree.
Good leg kicks from
Beneil.
Beneil.
It's ugly when Beneil throws, but it works. Nice uppercut for Beneil.
Yep.
Overhand right almost lands for Beneil.
Oh.
Beneil goes for the takedown and falls into a choke from Ferguson, and nope, he's safe.
Nope.
Beneil has such good top game. This fight is going to be exciting everywhere, right? Ferguson. Illegal down kick.
Mike Beltran.
But what do you do, right? You're not going to if Beneil's okay, you're not going to stop this, right?
Well, no, I agree. It's so tough in that.
But you stop and you give Tony a warning once this ends.
But it's
so
like
Beneil's
he's going for the triangle as Ferguson, but Beneil got out of it.
Yeah, Beneil kind of has his hand lock at the bottom. He's got control of Ferguson's foot.
Rubber guard in effect from Tony Ferguson.
Nice elbows there. Nice elbows from the bottom by Ferguson.
I think Beneil's got to get out of this spot right now. It's getting a little too close for comfort.
Oh, man. Great stuff. Oh, there we go. And Beneil is out of the danger zone and in Ferguson's guard. Which, I mean, granted, is still quite a dangerous place to be, but I think Beneil's got this. Ooh, big elbow from Tony Ferguson.
Good ground and pound, though, from Dariush.
I can't tell who's landing more, Dariush or Ferguson.
I think Dariush missed the last bit of those flurries, though.
It's nice, though. You saw as soon as Ferguson tried to turn into a triangle attempt, Beneil answered by blocking the hip. Oh, Ferguson almost went for a sweep there.
He's going for a knee bar. Is Ferguson, yeah.
Yeah, like, look, Tony has incredible bottom game here, but this is like what Charles Oliveira did to him, right? Like, if you the sort of submission guy that Beneil Dariush and Charles Oliveira are, they're not going to fall for the sort of mistakes that Kevin Lee fell for. Most likely. Ferguson going for a little sweep here into a leg lock attempt.
Yeah, but he's kind of got stuck,
holding his ground and
stuffed him.
And he's out of it. Very nice. Beneil always is aware of where his hips are and where Tony Ferguson's are.
Oh.
Who does this sort of fight wear more on in terms of the stamina, Tony or Beneil?
I'd say Beneil, because just Tony's never stopped. Like, he's got amazing cardio. But if you're Dariush and you can do this for 3 rounds, like, you can do this easy. Three minutes of ground control time and counting.
Yeah, well, this is 10-9 for Dariush, man. Who's putting it together nicely. Honestly, I thought this was, for what time we had on the feet this far, I thought it's the best he looked. It was a better balance of wildness and control than I think we saw against Drakkar Klose and Scott Holtzman.
Yes. All right, that's the round.
Nope, Ferguson's not happy. Nice, shoving Beneil away. Beneil's such a nice guy. It's like, why would you do that?
Ferguson's kind of that guy where he has to hate you for the moment, I think.
Yeah. So 10-9 Beneil, right? Nice.
That's where it looked like Ferguson was going for like a standing guillotine, but he didn't even have
a ninja choke. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this. I love Beneil.
Also, Beneil unintentionally getting to the head and making Ferguson fight angry. And if you fight angry, you make mistakes.
You know when someone's just really nice to you and you don't want them to be?
And those people are the scariest, where they're really nice, but when they get angry,
yeah,
you don't want to be around them.
Oh.
He's trying the guillotine.
Oh, he's going for a ninja choke.
Yep.
Oh, he's got a Darce. He's got a Darce.
He does.
He's got a Darce from guard. That's that's like a Charles Oliveira choke, dude. The Dubronx choke. Charles Oliveira does get this Darce choke from the guard. Oh, that's why you gotta be careful those takedowns. Tony Ferguson's arms are long and skinny. They're so, it doesn't take much for him to get it in, and he's just super good at it. So I like Beneil's call here. Just stay really calm. Try and wiggle your head out. Don't force it, because Right now, it feels like Beneil has better control of the position that they're in.
I was gonna say, and then like if Tony tries the choke, like burn his arms out too.
He's already adjusting his grip.
Daniel Cormier, we're on the same wavelength here.
Yeah. Oh, almost had his head out. So what if this is the position of the next 3 minutes, who wins the round? Tony, because at least he tried.
Yeah,
that's not the case, but
it's so tough. But now he lost the position, and Dariush going right in half guard.
Ground and pound.
Ground and pound, baby.
Nice shots. I love that for every punch that Dariush throws, Ferguson's moving with it.
And Dariush was just trying to posture up there and get that elevated ground and pound.
Oh, one landed hard. A looping left landed hard for Dariush.
Okay.
I was just about ready for another illegal up kick, huh?
Just smothering.
Where's Dariush now? Is he in 3/4 guard? Is he in 3/4 mount? I can't tell.
Yeah.
Or half guard?
Position. He could pass to side control right now.
Yeah, no, he's in half guard right now.
Yeah.
And he. Dariush, careful with that body lock attempt. Nice.
Takes the back.
He takes the back, and he slips off. And Ferguson lands inside control. Dariush goes for a leg lock. Wow. Yeah. What good stuff.
Let's go for a sharpshooter.
Yeah, you're right. He actually just turned to his stomach and set up the sharpshooter. He's going for a heel hook. Dariush went for a heel hook.
He's not going to heel hook Tony Ferguson.
Tony looks like he's in a lot of pain. Oh my god. He's going to let his knee break? Dude, just tap. Dude, Tony looks like he's in a world of hurt.
Oh my god. He was ready.
Do you think his leg is compromised?
Probably.
Do you think Dariush gave that everything he could, or didn't want to chance it?
I think with those kicks, he may have let go a little bit because he knows he's got like over a minute and then another 5.
He looked like he was in a lot of pain.
Leg
locks don't hurt until it's too late, man. I mean, the pressure's uncomfortable. If you've been in that position a lot in training, you tense up because you know that it could be bad. But that he did not look good, man.
When I did jiu-jitsu, if someone had me one of those, I tapped before anything.
Yeah, my leg joint, my knee joints are so bad that I don't. As soon as anyone even attempts it, and it sucks, I can't work my defenses, but my knees are so compromised that I just tap. I'm not gonna get knee barred in the streets.
No, not in those fights.
Although there is, I saw this fight that broke out like a basketball gym during a basketball pickup game, and the guy knew jiu-jitsu and he went for a knee bar. Or he went for heel hook, excuse me.
They're like writing off Tony Ferguson's career right now. They're like, and his career was so wonderful. It's like, there's still another round. Anything can happen.
Yes, that's true. I want to see him walking. He looks okay. Hey, man, it happens, right? Tony Ferguson had such an incredible run. But for me, ever since that Kevin Lee fight, that's where I was like, okay, I think it's going downhill. And not immediately, because I thought very highly of Kevin Lee, but just seeing how the division is shaped up, like, dude, if Kevin Lee nearly beat him, Khabib was going to cruise through him. That's how I felt.
Yeah, I think from what we saw from Khabib at the end of his career, like, he was just running train.
Oh, God. The footage of the heel hook is nasty. And Beneil's going for it, dude.
Tony's defense wasn't even to, like, roll. It was just, I'm kicking.
I see. He managed to kick the hands off of it.
Yeah.
And even the Anthony Pettis fight, like when we were looking at Anthony now, like if Anthony gave Tony all he could handle for a minute there. Here we go. 2-0, right? 2 10-9s for Beneil Dariush.
Yes, sir.
The left leg looks like it's compromised. He put a bunch of weight on it, and he's not even putting weight on it. And every time he does, he just kind of falls over.
It's going to affect everything. Obviously, the movement, but his striking.
Ooh, Beneil, relax, dude. There we go. Oh, he's going for a choke. Oh, Dariush's head is in there, though. Very nice job by Beneil. He got a double leg into a side control, landed a north-south, and that totally kills the choke. I've enjoyed the fight.
I have too, but
but it's been exciting.
I would agree with the commentary crew that it's not as close as I thought it would be.
No. Yeah, Ferguson can't chill. Yeah, at some point, Tony's got to go for broke and scramble out of this, right?
Oh, for sure.
You're hearing the whistles as Beneil sits into the 69. This is very north-south.
You do wonder, though, how much that Gaethje fight took out of Ferguson. Like, he took a lot of punishment.
Took a lot of abuse in that fight. Is this? I mean, I know it was circumstantial, but isn't it wild that Tony Ferguson was on a 12-fight win streak and never fought for the world title officially, the official world title?
Because he tripped over that cable, man.
And Chandler got it after one.
That's just how the sport be.
Yeah, it is.
Logic doesn't play into it. Star power does. Always.
And the MMA god's curse.
Yes.
Cables. Pandemics.
A pandemic broke up the last Khabib fight for Tony. Yeah.
Everything from a loose cable to a global pandemic has impeded that fight.
I remember just like, hey, you think anything's going to stop this fight from happening for the 5th time? No, nothing. And then the world went on fire last year.
Yeah, I'd like to survey 100 people and be like, so what's going to cancel the fight this time? I'd like to see how many of them said epidemic.
Yeah. Yeah,
Tony's
Ferguson is just, he's just holding on, accepted the position.
Oh, no.
Go for the tombstone, Beneil.
Yeah. Joe Rogan makes a good point. How much of his inability to scramble, how are you going to bridge if your knee is all torn up, right?
Yeah, maybe he should have just tapped, but he's got more guts than brains sometimes.
No, remember with Charles Oliveira, that sucker was about to break his arm, and he
got lucky. He got lucky also where there was like 10 seconds left in the round. Yeah. So Dariush has like over 10 minutes of ground control time.
Ferguson, the look in his eyes is just defeated, huh?
Yeah, he's holding on to Beneil like someone that's afraid of heights that's about to go ziplining.
Yeah. He's got kind of this like weird choke there, and Beneil slides into mount, but Ferguson is using the fence and sneaks out the back.
But Beneil just pops up and changes position, but he nearly gets himself in these triangle chokes.
Yeah, I think Beneil can handle that position. It's an okay position so long as you can control that other leg. It's a pretty normal pass, but anyone lesser than Beneil and you're probably getting triangled. So Dean Thomas with a good point here is saying when you see these guys who lean on being wild and crazy are missing their fundamentals, and what happens when they get older and they can't use their craziness as effectively, where are those fundamentals?
Well, did you see Tony's face there as he changed position with the bad leg? It's like he winced in pain.
No, his leg's messed up, man.
Oh, yeah.
And with that, I'm pretty sure someone in our chat has lost some money tonight.
Condolences to your bank account, sir.
To your bank account.
you imagine if this was Khabib?
Ooh, yeah, right. This is what I'm saying. This is what I've been saying.
Imagine if that was Khabib. That's a statement win there for Beneil.
Agreed. And Beneil Dariush, a guy whose trajectory is like the opposite of Tony Ferguson, right? Had a lot of potential early on, but then lost like the Alexander Hernandez fight, was Edson Barboza fight, was not really thought very highly of. And then next thing you know, this late stage in his life, and I know this is sort of the final stretch of Beneil's career. We've talked about it. And he's just shooting his way up the division.
Yes, he did. Good for Beneil.
Terrific job by Beneil.
So that's a 1, 2, 3. Technically, we are moments away from a 7-fight win streak now for Beneil.
Yeah. Diego Ferreira, Tony Ferguson, Scott Holtzman, Drakkar Klose. That's a good list. Drew Dober.
Yep.
Wow, I've never heard such a weird mix of cheers and boos. Dude, he nearly should. Anyone else would have tapped to that heel hook, right? And we wouldn't be.
Oh,
here.
yeah. Beneil loving it. Seven-fight win streak. The only guy he's beating him is the guy fighting for the title.
For the what is that? Is that the Cybertruck?
Yes.
What a character.
I need a good car.
Yeah, he's got to keep his daughter safe. And I love it. I just told the crowd to calm down. It's not gonna work, but I appreciate the hustle. It reminds me of my old podcast co-host K-Jan Johnson over in London beats Stevie Ray controversially and then just shits on the crowd for being disrespectful. All right, let me know what he's saying on the.
He's asked about what he just beat Tony Ferguson. He's number 9. You're gonna what's up? And Beneil just said, now I'm in the conversation.
Yeah.
And he's going on a break. His daughter's being born next month.
The Elon Musk call out. Did you see any of the footage from Elon Musk on SNL? It was
horrendous.
Wonderfully horrible.
It was horrendous.
Wonderfully
It was
horrible.
one of the lowest moments in SNL history.
All right. We'll just leave this here until people are asking for the finish. Dariush won via unanimous decision, but he just about destroyed. I mean, probably did Tony Ferguson's knee with a heel hook, and Tony just didn't tap.
Yep.
Thank you guys for being here. If you haven't already, subscribe, tap the notification bell, leave a thumbs up on the video. All that does so much to help our channel grow. Head over to Fightful MMA. We'll get a bunch of out-of-the-box MMA content, UFC fighters reacting to backyard brawls. We got Jimmy Rivera, ranked bantamweight, ranking Cody Garbrandt's UFC opponents. That'll be coming out early next week. Media picks, lists, my ugly face, all that good stuff. So please come join the party.
Well, Shaq, we're moments away from finally having a lightweight champion again.
That should be Dustin Poirier, but
he took the money.
Yes, and I applaud him for doing so. You know, I got the goal anyway. Dustin don't want any of that smoke. Yeah, I'm super excited, and I know that maybe perhaps Tony Ferguson versus Beneil Dariush didn't live up to some people's expectations. Personally, it did for me. I knew it was either going to be wild on the feet or wild on the ground, and I thought it was pretty damn exciting in the grappling department. But Oliveira, Chandler, now this is another fight that just can't miss. It can't. I'm going to take Chandler.
We are on the same page here. You had Dariush, right?
Yes, I Dariush.
So you finally get a win tonight.
I finally got a win. I thought you had picked Charles Oliveira earlier tonight. Am I mistaken?
You are mistaken. I've taken Chandler all through.
Here's what I'll say. I don't think, and this could really come to haunt him. I don't think that Michael Chandler's submission defense is as good as Michael Chandler thinks it is. He's talked about being in bad predicaments against other guys in Bellator, bro. Those guys aren't Charles Oliveira. If Charles Oliveira gets your back, you're not surviving for 4 minutes.
No, you're no.
But I also don't think that I think Charles Oliveira is hittable. Yeah, he's got this very dynamic form of striking now, but that works against a declining Tony Ferguson and Kevin Lee. I'm not at all convinced that it works against a powerful, pressure-heavy Michael Chandler. I think Michael Chandler is gonna get a KO, TKO in 2 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, for a guy that's been, Bellator lightweight champion 3 times, only 5 losses, and you can name those 5 on your hands because he lost twice to Will Brooks, lost Eddie Alvarez, and then he lost to Pitbull, and he had that weird loss in Madison Square Garden on pay-per-view with the foot. Like
that was weird against Brett Primus, yeah.
Yeah, so I just think I'm with you. Like Oliveira, while his striking's improved, he still can get hit. And I think Chandler is such a technical striker. And if he hurts you, he can either put you away with his stand-up, or if there's opportunity for a neck or a limb is there, he can submit you. Like he choked out Benson Henderson.
Yep. Yeah, Michael Chandler is not the guy anymore who had those wars with Edson Barboza, Eddie Alvarez. And I am really looking forward in the event that Michael Chandler wins that fight, that little extra rub it's going to give Patricio Freire and the Bellator featherweight lightweight divisions. It's wild. It's wild.
It's been given freaking Pitbull that since Chandler won in January over Dan Hooker.
Yeah, it's all we've been talking about. And like, Pitbull has said is like, dude, Michael Chandler's a great fighter, and I'm looking forward to my son becoming the UFC champion. Because Patricio's right, it only elevates his stock. And hey, I think he's smart. What happens when his contract is up and Michael Chandler's the UFC champion? Do you think UFC would be willing to give Patricio an immediate title fight?
Immediate, no, because they never do that with anyone that comes in from Bellator. I think they may sign him, but he'd have to have a win in the UFC.
You know what they do? Again, I'm putting the cart in front of the horse here, but assuming Michael Chandler wins tonight and Patricio leaves Bellator, which I'm not confident he would anyway.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
You do Michael Chandler in the main event, Patricio in a #1 contenders fight in the co-main event.
And then when they win and it's the pay-per-view, it's UFC whatever, Bellator sloppy seconds. That's what they get titled. No Ric Flair? He's in the zone, Michael Chandler.
I'm not digging this walkout song.
I'm not either, but I like Michael Chandler.
You should have walked. You know what he should have gone, right? They should have gone the rights to Ric Flair's walkout song. They should have.
Give him the robe too.
Yeah, if Colby Covington can get Kurt Angle's theme song, Michael Chandler can get Ric Flair. This is actually isn't this the Raw theme song?
Who watches Raw?
Yeah, this is the Raw theme song. It's that white edgy guy on YouTube who has 1 million views, like NF, I think is his name.
I have no idea.
This is the Raw theme song.
Apparently, this is the Raw theme song. I think I just don't watch Raw.
I just remember tuning in. There was this horrible groove. Like, it was great. I'm so happy I got introduced to the Fightful Pro Wrestling community this way. But the reason I know is because when I first signed with Fightful MMA, we agreed I'd do the Survivor Series post show with Sean Ross Sapp, sort of integrate. And that meant I had to suffer through 3 hours of Raw every week and 2 hours of SmackDown, which is okay. And a build to arguably the most abused pay-per-view in WWE history, the Survivor Series, which has, been taken from this big four to bragging rights, basically.
Definitely. Well, I've been just informed by you that it is correct, the Raw theme. So you know more about Monday Night Raw than me, who used to watch this show every week. I don't know. Chandler had this look in his eye that nothing's stopping him tonight.
Michael Chandler has an incomparable spirit. Like, anytime I've interviewed him, talked to him too, like, he is so mentally sound. You cannot break this guy.
Just listening to him in the week, he's the most thoughtful, well-spoken fighter in mixed martial arts.
People are asking for a live feed. Well, if we do that, we get taken down. Also, there are many sources out there for feeds. So, I'm digging the LEDs around the exterior of the octagon. Nice touch.
Digging Bronx walkout though. Bronx. I mean, if Chandler wins though, that's the biggest win for Monday Night Raw in a long time.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure I agree with Michael Chandler's music taste. Sorry, I know we have some NF fans in the chat. Wow, I'm so excited for this fight. Give me. I'm saying at round 2. No, okay, I'll give you a bit of edge. My official prediction is Michael Chandler within 2 rounds. What is yours? You got to go at least that level of detail. We don't have to give me this.
I'd say maybe Michael Chandler and. I'll go 3. I'll go take 1. I'll take an over on you.
All right. Speaking of taking over, someone very special is about to take over this feed.
Oh.
Boom. Boom. Why wait for him to introduce himself? I'm just going to do it. Sean Ross Sapp, managing editor, Fightful.com. He says terrible things about Bray Wyatt, apparently.
Oh,
welcome.
Jeez, man.
Welcome.
Man, the dumbest people had problems with that. The absolute dumbest people.
You're giving away my set with this 3-shot here. You got like
that's
the
a
light.
That's a very good set.
I know. Shout out to my old man. He built it for me.
Nice. You know what he can't build? Pube trimmers.
You don't know my dad.
Manscaped.com. Especially when you use that code FIGHTFUL. Oh my God. This is your pubic service announcement. And the news you've all been waiting for, the Manscaped engineering team have confirmed that they have successfully created the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, which is now available for purchase in the US and Canada. So even Shaq can get it. The new trimmer was just released. Yeah, I know you haven't. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get 20% off plus free worldwide shipping with the code FIGHTFUL at Manscaped. I was one of the first people to try that new 4.0. I was blown away by it. It's great. It's got advanced ceramic skin-safe technology. That way it doesn't nick or snag your nuts. Your wiener and balls are not going to look like Jacare Souza's forearm when you use manscaped.com and that code FIGHTFUL. Don't worry. They're not going to have to change out your canvas after you use the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0. It's not going to be messy or anything like that. This technology is so good, it makes you think they're working with Elon Musk's engineers, but you're not. It's just the brilliant people over at Manscaped. And you might say, well, Sean, what makes this trimmer different from all the other ones? Well, there's a new multifunction on-off switch that can engage a travel lock created for people who like to travel. And you can turn the 4000K LED spotlight on or off when needed to get yourself a more precise grooming shave. The new trimmer even allows you to customize your trim all over with guard links for sizes 1 through 4. Customization. It's also waterproof. You can do it in the shower. Don't have to worry about making a mess or anything like that. 20% off plus free shipping with the code FIGHTFUL at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using the code FIGHTFUL. Unlock your confidence and get rid of that bush. It's time for some spring cleaning around your nuts. I'm here to class up this show.
Yes, thank you. I almost missed the fight, Sean.
No, we didn't. Charles Oliveira is just sitting out there.
Quick shout out to Brian Heath, tripling up on the Super Chat donations tonight. Remember the guy who showed the live feed and made it seem like he was playing the UFC video game? That man is legendary, and it's that terrible double-edged sword because while the internet applauded him, it's also the internet who's responsible for outing him.
Yes. By the way, where are you all on the stream?
Where
are you all watching?
We are. Bruce Buffer says it.
Oh boy, I am well behind that.
All right. Well,
so let me adjust this.
Let us know what you need.
I've got pause. I'm at ladies and gentlemen.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, we're at fighting with Michael Chandler.
Here, let me.
You know what? I can see what I can do. You know what? I'm just here to be a pretty face. It's all good. In fact, I can even take my earbuds out. Yeah, I'm at It's Time.
Sean, I'm trying to help you out here.
Nah, man. Got a better method. But all right, I'll rock with yours.
All right. I don't know what you're talking about, Sean. I paid for the fights.
All right, we're on the same page now.
Charles Dubronx. Oliveira. Is that where you're at, Sean?
Yeah, sure am.
Look at that. Hey, Jason and I have our vaccines booked. Where I don't know where our poor Jimmy Van is at in that regard, but
supposedly ESPN accidentally has the main event up right now.
Just like on TV?
Yeah,
I hope so. That is wonderful.
Never mind.
Nope,
they just showed the introductions, which is smart of them to do.
Oh man, geez, Brian, he throwing out money tonight. $4.99. Sean, I asked this the other guys. What's your favorite UFC fight ever? Maybe save it for between rounds.
Barry Congo.
Oh, good one. Oh, immediate leg
there
kick.
we go.
And we know Chandler has a compromised leg from time to time.
Look at that reach advantage. My God. Pulling for Oliveira here.
Yeah. And we know Chandler's very heavy on that front foot, so nice game plan to start.
Go to the body. Love it.
Ooh, those leg kicks are bad.
Ooh.
Man, Chandler is wild right now. He's got to slow down a bit on the output.
Oh, he clipped him.
Oh, he got him. And Charles shoots. Guillotine from Michael Chandler.
Chandler. No, he's not going to.
No.
I don't
He's got to get a better
tap
angle on it.
Oliveira. No way.
No. Oh, and now he's on the ground. And Oliveira's cut open.
Yeah.
That was a great shot. I think a left hand.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, no, he's going to take his back.
Oh,
He's going to give his
this
back.
is bad news for Chandler.
Chandler, you turn back, man. You turn back to your front.
Chandler a little. Yeah,
He's a little wild, man.
Came out like a bull in a china shop.
Like Hooker, he was intense with his pressure, but Chandler was too intense with his output here.
Breathe. Chandler.
I'm so nervous.
This is the last place you want to be if you're Michael Chandler.
Yeah. 3 minutes, 35 seconds left. Oh, no. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
He tried to Bam Bam bomb him. He tried to go Bam Bam Bigelow versus Taz on him.
Yeah, I don't think that was the right call either.
Well, especially now you got the body lock on.
Never submitted, though.
Go for the arms. But that's a bad cut over Oliveira.
Yeah, if he can make it out of this round, this is the sort of cut that might end a fight.
Whew.
I think it works in Chandler's favor that he's so chunky. Like, he's got a stocky neck.
Works he's dry, too.
Yeah. This is good. Now Chandler's being patient, at least. Could you imagine if this fight ends via cut at the end of the first round? That would suck.
Oh,
nice. Get up. Chandler, for the love of God, you get up and you do not do this.
Get your space. Yeah.
And there's still 2.5 minutes left in this round. This has been like the longest 2.5 minutes.
Don't throw wild, man. You're gonna fall right into something. Yeah, this
watch an up kick. Don't get in his guard.
Oh, that up kick nearly landed. This is good. Dude, you already nearly dropped him, right?
Yeah.
I just feel like he's thus far showed to have an advantage.
Oh, the USA chants. Didn't miss those.
Oh, God, I hate the USA chants.
There we go. Oh, clipped him.
Oh, clipped him again.
Dropped him.
Oh, my God.
He dropped him. Oh, this is it.
That's the fight. That's the...
No, he's still hanging on.
Wow.
Oh, that was a good shot.
He doesn't want to follow him down to the ground. That's bad. That's a bad idea. I don't care how bad you've hurt Charles Oliveira.
This is much better, though. He's postured up at least a little bit.
Watch where your hands are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's 5'3". He didn't have to get down in his guard.
Nice. That one landed
I know
hard.
you
Michael Chandler
want the
with
finish,
heavy
but watch your
round
arm. Watch your arm.
Ooh, nice elbow from Chandler.
Oh.
He's landing some shots, but he's also giving Oliveira the opportunity to grab an arm, do a lot of stuff right now.
Yeah, I don't like doing that with your hands. You keep them high on Oliveira's face. It's wild that Chandler is in such a dominant position, 10-8ing this fight, and we're still so worried about him in the guard.
Yeah.
It really speaks volumes to Charles.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd still stand up. You're dominating there.
Yeah.
Just keep it
I would too.
Stand up.
But he's in a good position now and back in the guard.
Well, at least Chandler survived that bad first 2 minutes because that could have been rough.
Got his back, yeah. I thought he was going to spend the rest of the round there. 10 seconds. Okay, now I think we're pretty safe. Whoa, nice up kick landed for Oliveira, but is that a 10-8, guys?
I think so.
I think so, too.
Yeah, because he dropped him.
Wow. Yeah.
What a round, though.
It was looking so promising for Oliveira so many times, but yeah.
God, that's wild, man. I love the story of Chandler just swooping in from Bellator and cleaning house.
Oh,
yeah. People are saying we're behind. That's just natural with live streaming. It's not that we're behind on the fight. It's that from the time that we react until the feed reaches you, there's a natural 20 or 30-second delay. Maybe we'll have that Google Fiber someday, but until then, this is what we got. Hold on.
That Bam Bam Bigelow spot looks so cool in slow motion.
yes, it did.
Oliveira is the one sporting the cut, for those wondering.
Sadly, they did not go through the ring.
Could you imagine?
Oh my God!
Oh, Oliveira drops Chandler!
And he's
got Chandler needs to get his hands down. Oh my God! Chandler knocks out Michael Chandler! What a comeback!
Do Bronx! Oliveira knocked out.
And look, he's kissing Joe Rogan.
He knocked out Michael Chandler. Unbelievable.
Oh my God. We had just counted him out. What a comeback.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Look at this guy.
That is
He's
wild.
running all around the arena right now. He got his own blood on Dana White's face. Holy cow.
Incredible. He's just bleeding on folks left, right, and center.
Reed Harris has to like tackle the man to get him back in the octagon.
I cannot believe what we just saw. Who saw
Amazing.
that sort of KO coming from Charles Oliveira?
For a moment there, I thought we're going to have like Chandler Alvarez 1 from Bellator kind of stuff going on here, but Chandler put him away.
Wow.
He has been fighting in the UFC for 11 years.
Yep. He grew up. He grew up in the UFC. It's wild. Yeah. Incredible.
Amazing.
Amazing stuff. You'd love a night like this because I got a reaction video to clip.
Amazing.
You know what? That fight is like the perfect antithesis of Do Bronx's career. It was up, it was down, it was all over the place, and then he got it done.
Don't forget, folks, knock out your pubes using the code FIGHTFUL at manscaped.com. I can't tell you how important that is. Hit them up on Twitter and say, Fightful told me about grooming my balls.
Do you think that's a knockout or a TKO officially?
I think it's a TKO.
Wow. But you know what? I'd still be hyped for the rematch if we ever get to see it.
That was awesome. Wow. Look at Megan O'Leary.
Insane.
Oh my God.
Insane.
Also, what a shot of him at the desk with Rogan.
What a well-rounded threat at this point. You're talking about one of the meanest, the record holder for most submissions in the UFC. Not only has he developed his striking, but he can legitimately knock you out now. And he's got heart. He didn't fold.
Freaking real.
Remember when Charles Oliveira was opening cards? Like UFC shows.
He's beaten Lee, Ferguson, and Chandler back to back to back. Jesus, man.
At least
amazing.
USA chants have died down.
How can you not? After that, that was unbelievable.
Incredible. I legitimately want to see a rematch. Not now. Doesn't make sense. He should get Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor, but I'm looking forward to it whenever it happens.
I will never forget this fight. Wow.
Incredible stuff. And there we go. Oh, Charles Oliveira appropriately crying.
As he should.
As he should. Guys, any closing thoughts? I gotta get some post-fight stuff ready.
No, I'm in shock, in happy shock. I picked Oliveira to win. I'm very, very happy about that. My God, what an unforgettable fight that is. Like, that was...
Yeah. It was a roller coaster.
It's like lightweight's version of Carwin versus Lesnar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, he got his ass whipped the entire first round, or the majority of it, like almost could have finished it. Came right out and was like, no, we're not doing this.
Incredible.
Goes to show too, though, like, man, this guy's hands have really come along. He's no longer just a jiu-jitsu guy. He's a legit threat on the stand-up.
Jason, where can the people find you?
Find me on Twitter at jhagholm1, which you can see above my name, on Instagram at jhagholm, and you can look up the show I do with Bellator Bantamweight. Josh Hill every week. Got a show coming up this week to break down all the happenings of this show, UFC 262. Look it up, Jason and the Gentleman.
Sean, anything closing?
Yes, shave your pubes, use code Fightful at manscaped.com. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here, engaging the live chat, the super chat. Please, if you can't, head over to Fightful MMA, hit subscribe, tap the notification bell. Got great content churning there all the time. Of course, you better be subscribed to Fightful Pro Wrestling already. Hope you guys enjoyed UFC 262. We'll be back for UFC Vegas 406. I don't know. Cody Garbrandt, Rob Font. Until then, time for my terrible, terrible outro. So stay tuned for everything Fightful and so delightful. Peace out. Sean likes